Wake up, it's time to start the show. With Joey, C, and Lou, let's get ready to go. A cool pineapple, morning's fresh start. And sipping Winkle always plays his part. Cupcakes, quarter cruising by. Ross dogs, broken spirits staying high and dry. Articulate John, still feeling hazy. Am I still drunk? This morning's crazy. Dead Fool's here, repping strong. Happy Gosling, tagging along. Joey C, in the morning with Lou, where the chat is buzzing and the crew is true. From wild tales to jokes untold, this morning's show is pure gold. Ross Dog shouting, Keith Moreland's the man. Chris Mack asks Joey heard about Aaron's plan. Ref agree with the classic call. No B, no green, echoing through the hall. Crumb says Hawk, Arnie's here to stay. Cupcakes corner, cruising all the way. Ryan A's got the jokes making the rounds. Imran Khan and his pot smoking sound. Joey C, in the morning with Lou, where the chat is buzzing and the crew is true. From wild tales to jokes untold, this morning's show is pure gold. Luke of the Bind with a cryptic note. Quad can't mend in a clash they wrote. Happy Gosling's got the Greenville beef, while Ross Dog spins stories like a true chief. Space Chief clouds by with flames and fire. Am I still drunk? This morning's crazy. Do the Arnold impression one more time. This morning's show's in its prime. Joey C, in the morning with Lou, where the chat is buzzing and the crew is true. From wild tales to jokes untold, this morning's show is pure gold. So grab your coffee, don't be late. Joey C and Lou, they set the date. With laughs and vibes, they'll make your day. Joey C in the morning with Lou, here to stay.
Good morning, Vietnam. Hello, how is everyone today?
Good morning.
All right, Joey, how are ya?
I'm not good.
Well, I can't help you there.
You have echoes. I just came to start the show. I will be right back. I gotta go back in and log in.
No, don't do me like this. I'm not
I am
prepared.
king. I am king. Sorry about this. I
I
don't
am.
understand it. I can't stand it. I want to just kill this. I'm gonna blow this system up. I'm blowing it up. Something just seriously messing with me. I don't like people messing with me. There's a god. There's a computer god messing with me. You know that,
Yeah,
right?
there is the Jackal Kang.
I think it's a jack-o'-lantern. I think someone's screwing with me. I'm convinced now. I will be back.
I am the Jackal King. Oh, fuck, he left me for real. What am I to do with myself, Mason? Lou goes to all the buffets with his pockets lined in tin foil. Why, yes, I do. I don't go to buffets. Buffets are for fucking really fat fucks who just love to stuff their face. No offense, Cupcake. So, how's everyone today? Enlighten me from this past Sunday of whatever you have done. What's the goal today? The goal is you pay, we play. I don't know. There's no goal. What am I eating, fatty? I'm not eating anything, Rochi. Jack-o'-lantern and the Batman allies or enemies? It's all depending on what the mood is. I am the Jack-o'-lantern king. So be prepared. You're lucky I haven't found a way to make the mouth prop fire at you, blind folks. Hey, y'all will be happy. We won't be going to Rumble today. I would love, Vito, I should have. I should have considered it. But to become a voice actor, it is not easy. That line of work is really hard to get into because the people who do it don't get out. They stay in it for a long time. Oh man. Oh man, oh man. Why not what, Rochi? Why not what? Enlighten me, Rochi. Hello, good morning, Mr. Turbs. How are you today? I am Luke. I am here to stay. Did everybody catch Joey C last night on the Criminal Element show? Joey leaves me here on fucking YouTube where I can't really do what I like to do. I would rather be on a different thing. Some of that show was pretty good. Yeah, I skimmed through it. It's afternoon here, but I had a well, good. What do you have for lunch, Turbs? If you don't mind me asking. I believe Rochi means why not going to Rumble. Well, today we don't want to. I'm retired at the age of, well, let's see. I stopped working. I don't even remember, but it's been a while. Stuttering. It's almost like Joey is doing this to you on purpose, Lou. I feel that too, Rochi. All his fucking computer problems and all that other shit, always done on purpose. They can't make anything work right. I don't know what's going on over there. Oh man, I'm struggling here. Where's my buddy Mike Shitty Internet? Can I hit the goal of 400 live viewers? Huh? Let's hit it, guys. Come on. Go. I'm going to steal this from Bardo. Get in other people's chats and tell them we're live. Tell them to come on over and give us their view. We need it. We want it. We support it. Seafood pasta from Bangasto. Okay, that sounds luxurious. Fun Vito, Tubbs, Luke, MSIP, John, morning from Donkey Kong. Oh man, hope everyone slept well. I had a pretty good night of sleep. Joey was in the middle of the night. Yeah, he was. Joey doing Joey. Well, wake up. I checked out the little Criminal Minds show. Wasn't a bad show. I didn't think they were going to do that. I thought they were going to speak about a specific thing, but it didn't go that way. Bloody hell, you really have nothing. Yes, I am not a good solo act. I don't do this. This is not my forte. I like to bounce off of people. Like Jesus, I need a co host with me. I am one to admit I don't like solo shows. It's not my forte. But it is what it is. I'm here, Lou, having a I feel you, Mike. It'll get better, brother. It'll get better. Just talking about what you did. I didn't do shit this weekend. Joey left to try to get his camera to work. It's always something. He could have just stayed on screen without. There he goes. He's back. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. He is back.
You kiss my ass.
Loud as fuck, but he's back.
You kiss my ass.
I will never kiss your ass.
Kiss my ass.
Maybe one of these fuckers will kiss your ass, but it won't be the Jackal King.
You thought I was gonna be gone for a fucking hour, didn't you?
Yeah, I really did, knowing that I'm not on Rumble. Oh, fucking just dropped. Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck is Oh. This show has a lot of problems. It sure does. Yes, Chad, that show was good last night. From what I watched, I enjoyed it. Was I thought it was going to be more of a like a dissecting a criminal-minded case and whatever, but the conversation the three of you had was intriguing and enjoyable.
Well, yesterday wasn't what we weren't to do the show yet. We were getting to know each other, see how we work together, to introduce each other to each other's audience. Is what yesterday was about. That's what he wanted to
Ah,
do. It actually starts Sunday with what we're going to dive into on Sunday.
good. I can't wait to dissect the criminal mind element.
Yeah, so he wanted to get a feel how we do on live when we're live. He wanted to introduce me to his audience, me to introduce him to my audience, and as you can see that we had a lot of people over from our audience.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I thought Ozono was in the chat. Tiny Chud.
Yeah, we had Ian Hawk sending 99-cent super stickers.
Oh, really? That pussy?
Yeah, so yeah, but I made him aware. I made him aware of the Hawk, so let the Hawk fuck with him being a retired police officer.
You made him aware of the cock.
Not only a retired police officer, but a retired chief of police. So we'll see how that goes well for him when he starts fucking trolling his channel. Okay?
Yes, Rochi, he is the third mic on a different podcast. That happens. You don't always have to be the first mic. You could actually do a fun podcast being the third mic.
Exactly. Well, I mean, we're gonna probably have a lot of, it's gonna be three parts elements of the criminal case. So it'll be each of us with equal time on it. So it's like three guys in one. It's I think it went really well. I think he with his knowledge with his police background, and he really is into his whole thing is these cases that he wants to talk about. If they're cold cases, he wants to, and if he could find any evidence, basically what he's doing is being his own private investigator to help some of these cases. And if we latch on anything that could help them, or if he has to call out the police for being wrong, he said he's going to do that. He will report that. So it could get interesting.
It could. Like I said, I skimmed through it. I forgot what time it was coming on. I literally I watched this one video. It was 30 minutes long, and after that, I went and I just laid down in bed and got on social media.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. He's been wanting to do this. He said he was looking for the third element, someone that could good on the aspect of my side, and then when Clearwater Chad, matter of fact, I got to send him a link for the morning
The
weather.
morning weather.
Yeah,
Oh,
send him his weather.
Joey never fired me, Jim. I'm here. I just don't come on camera no more. I will always only use avatars.
So now it's now you've been fired. Oh shit! I gotta look up his email because you notice I'm on the laptop. This really crappy laptop is getting me in with no problem. How about that?
Joey, do you want me to come over today?
I don't know, it might be today or it'll be tomorrow, but it'll be one today. It might be today. Might be picking you up later on. I'll let you know in a couple hours. Very well could be today. Very well could be today.
It's feeling like you need some.
Well, I mean, listen, this has always been reliable. So this is what I used last night to go on his show, and had no problems, not one iota problem. And this old Chromebook, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just think the system, I may have damaged her system overloading it, you know what I'm saying? With all the stuff I did. And I don't know. It stopped picking up. Every day I've got to fight to get the camera to be picked up, the sound to be right. It's just crazy.
That's a port problem. The ports are going bad.
That's right. The ports are going bad. And a couple other things are probably going bad in there. So that got to be changed out. You know what I'm saying? So that's fine. But I got the backup here, which I should have just went right to this in the beginning. When I first started there, the problem and got this serviced right or whatever. The other one that I got, the one that you gave me, or if I'm going to get the other one from you, if I'm going to buy the other one from me, I don't know yet. We got to figure this out, but we'll do that. So let's just do the show, and today could be a day that you will be coming over, but it could be tomorrow. I don't know. It's going to be one of these days. It's either going to be today or tomorrow. It won't be past tomorrow. It'll be today or tomorrow because I need to get this resolved. So, but I think I don't know what she's got planned.
We got the 199 super chat from Reverend Fug Lee.
Thank you, Reverend Fug Lee.
The Catalano TV for life.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you and thank you. So let me put you in a hypothetical situation.
Good.
If you had a this is just a hyper. If now you know what I'm not. No, I maybe I better not. I was going to try to do really a hypothetical situation, just a thing that if it could happen. But the way if I present it, I might not do it right, so that it'll come out wrong way. So I'm going to wait till I present it to you privately. You know what I'm saying? And then you could tell me if it's a yay or an A. You know, if you think what your opinion is. You know, and then we'll go from there. You know. So I'll just keep that on the back burner for now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think this is something very that it would need a very detailed, very.
So is it a work?
No. This is something that a situation that I have discovered. I discovered and but you know I had no knowledge of this until today, early this morning. I said, and it kind of blew me away. But you know, it's nothing major. But I want to make sure if it's worth even bringing it up, I run it by you first, and you know, and let you get your honest opinion. You know what I'm saying? And then if it is, then
Well,
you know,
I think once we're done here, I'll share my screen, and we'll watch the Penguin.
Oh yeah. That sounds good. I'm trying to go in. I have to go.
We can't do it on Rumble no more because we got a bunch of snitch ass bitches.
Well, you got to be careful, Rumble. You gotta have people that are, you know. I mean, Rochi's made the threat. Remember, he said about HBO that he turned us in. You know, so you know he's a bitch.
We've gotten Rocco threatening us, like
you know, Rocco would never do that. One thing I was saying about I can 100% say Rocco would never do that. But how about this? Somebody called Bob Levy yesterday and told on me
about what?
So Bob Levy,
nothing but praise to Levy.
No. Levy. They told Bob Levy that you're the only one that can fix him. You're the only one he'll listen to. In other words, knowing that the friendship that Bob and I have, that they felt that even Shuey couldn't get to me, that Bob Levy would be the one that could make sense to me. So I was in Bob's chat room yesterday, and I said, "Hello, Bob. Hello, Bob." And he said, "Joey, see," he goes, well, "I got to talk to you." Someone texted me or called me yesterday and said and about something about you doxing people. He goes, so I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna call me privately, and he puts it over the air, and he goes, "Buddy, it ain't worth it. I don't care if they dox you 100 times. Don't be like them." I said, so I wrote back, "Yes, I've talked about doxing people. No, I have not done it, or no, will I do it." He says, "Good, buddy. Don't let them get to you like that." He goes, "Just trust me." He says, "It ain't worth it. Don't be better than them are." He goes, "And you are better than them." He says, and he goes, "They just felt that I got a good, you know, me and you are good friends." And basically what he was saying is, you know, just, I got your back, buddy. Don't get crazy. So whoever the bitch is that's got to call Bob Levy, I'm not motherfucking Rocco. You got to call fucking Melton. I don't got a daddy. You got a problem with me, motherfuckers, you come to me. You understand? And I mean that all fucking seriousness. Okay? You want to call fucking other people to fucking talk to me out of respect to Bob because I love him dearly. You know, I was very respectful on the matter and very short and very, very, very not arrogant to him about it because I respect him. But you guys are pussies who ever fucking doing that move. I'll tell you that right fucking now. That's a pussy move there. So I just wanted to make that aware of what's going on now. That the bitches got to fucking call other fucking shows and other people and fucking bring their fucking crying ass problems into my fucking into this fucking channel. I'm telling you, it's got to fucking stop, man. It's got to fucking stop. You guys are fucking, whoever's doing this is a bitch. Okay?
Say that again. Say that again for the people in the back.
What people?
That they are bitches.
They're bitches, man. I mean, whoever did that, that's a bitch move. And I have respect for Bob, and Bob and I are friends. And you know what? He's right. He's right. And anybody's right about it. It's wrong. And I talk about it all the time because I get pissed off. And yeah, I got a lot. I know about everything about anybody that I fucking got a lot of dirt on a lot of people. But just because I talk about it, don't mean I'm going to stoop myself down to that fucking level. So
wrong one. Just say the name. I don't know if Joey knows who the person was.
I
Exactly.
don't know who the person was. I don't. That's the problem.
So yeah. But if Joey knew the name, I'm sure Joey would say that bitch ass
Oh,
motherfucker.
you fucking get. I would expose that motherfucker like a heartbeat. I would. You damn right I would.
And for the one person, I forgot who it was asking about Joey's mic. He doesn't have one on this set computer because it's an unfortunate Chromebook, and you really can't use Chromebooks to the best of their ability.
I have a headset in. I got a headset and then the mic. I'm using a headset.
That shit's not working. You're using the open air camera mic.
No,
You're
are
using
you
the speakers,
serious?
basically. Yes, I'm positive, Joey.
Are you serious?
Yes.
So I'm not. You're saying that when I'm talking, it's for the speaker. It's coming in my ear. It's nothing coming outside of the speaker here.
No. You got the headphones working, yes. But as far as like a mic source, you're using this.
Ah, I see what you're saying. So it's going through the camera, is what you're saying.
Yes. Bo
Okay, what?
Beardington, my man, with the $3.99 super sticker. Good morning to you, sir. How are you?
How are you? Thank you, sir. So what? So I guess you're out. I guess you're out catching me again streaming late night. I had a bunch of brand new people in there. They were all young trolls in there last night. Me and Matt had a little fun, and Sir Vossoff stopped by, and Matt was there, and I believe Mason and Portland stopped by. We had a bunch of young people that were beginning trolls, and even Matt said, "Boy, these young bucks have to really go back out and go to school the way they're trolling."
See, my thing was,
I did a test at 3 a.m. this morning.
yeah, but come on, Joe. 3 a.m. The average person is sleeping.
No, there was not one Dabbleverse live event at 3 o'clock, and usually if Jason was at 12 o'clock,
Sleeping.
no, there was a lot of people out. Believe it or not, I mean, I was on less than an hour, and I had 700 views, so it was
Please
pretty
stop
good.
getting caught up on the views.
Yeah, well, you might say it's not just the views, but the views are a part of the algorithm for everything else to get it back
And
into full motion. You know
you really want to know what's going to help the channel more?
what's that?
Getting the likes up.
Correct. And getting out to get it to be shared out. Share it out. People got to hit that share button, share it out to something. That's the key.
All right, Reverend Fug Lee with the 199 super chat.
Thank
Doxing
you,
and
sir.
reporting is a cunt move mastered by Stuttering John.
Correct. And I might get mad and talk about it, but I would never dox. I'm going to come after somebody. I'm going to be a man. I'm going to go to them directly. I'm not going to put nothing very. I'll talk about it, and I'll fucking get pissed off about it. And you know what? There's nothing wrong about talking about it. But you know what? It is a bitch move. But the person even going to come cry to Bob Levy, I mean, it's to talk to me, which I have no problem with that. You know, with Bob talking to me because I like when Bob calls me and talks because I can pick his brain and he helps me and he settles me down and he gets me on the right track. But it's still a bitch move, and I don't know who it is. He wouldn't tell me. I didn't ask him. He didn't volunteer, so I wasn't gonna invade that privacy. So I respected that. But whoever's doing it, and it could be another person that has a podcast. You understand? And I'm leaning towards maybe Patrick Melton, maybe Rocco, maybe OJ, maybe somebody like that that's doing it. Cardiff could be Cardiff. It could be very well could be Cardiff could be the number one suspect. You know what I'm saying? Who would be close to Bob Levy where they can feel they can call Bob Levy to talk to someone in the Dabbleverse? Who is very close, huh? Who could it be? If Shuli wouldn't go to Bob, Shuli just call me direct. Like we allowed anybody at TSN, so they would just call me themselves.
So Tiny Chud with the amazing chat there. Doxing is cool if you're doxing your enemy.
There you go, Chad. I mean, listen, I've been doxxed by every fucking possible way. I didn't go crying to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Why am I not?
McGurk with the new member. Thank
you, Turbs. How are you, buddy? Hope you're well this morning.
He had a wonderful lunch today. He had seafood pasta.
Oh, that's a good lunch. Yeah, I forgot they're 5 hours ahead of us. So right now, Turbs is at about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Right? That's about right.
What?
His time frame, because I think Turbs is out of the country. I believe he's out of the country.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's.
It's about 2:30. Joined at the Uber Premium member level for all the perks. Team.
Thank you, there, Curbs. They're very nice of you, sir. I'm trying to send this email to Clear. Do I get this
That's
right?
that's what I want to talk to you off air about.
I'm listening.
Well, no, off air. We'll talk about the member tiers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Had-
Remember here. Oh,
I had a
okay.
conversation with JBX yesterday about when he's ready to go, and he kind of liked the idea I gave him. Will he run it? I don't know, but I want to run it past you to see what you think about it for your channel.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
I've learned one thing. I don't want to mess with the tiers. That's for sure. I think I just learned my lesson there. So I don't want to do that mistake
yeah,
again.
we gotta
You
find a
know.
way to where you could tinker with the tiers without deleting a tier
Yeah.
thing.
Well, I don't really think there's a way you can alter any of it. If you alter one thing in it, it changes the tier, which means that no matter what you do, if you go ahead and update, let's say you do the change, you update. Once you update it, it erases anything that was to the tier that it's just exact and precise. So I don't think there's any way around that. You can create a new tier. You can create a new tier, and you can erase a tier. So you
Hey,
know,
Clearwater, send Joey a quick email. He's having a problem with
yeah. Please, I'm trying to. I'm trying. Please send me an email right now, please.
so he can send you the link for the morning weather.
Please, buddy, please, ASAP. Yeah, I'm having trouble sending this out to you. I don't know why. You're in my phone. You're in my main computer. But wait a second. Maybe this will work now. I think I might. Let me see if I got it. I sent it. I think it's there. Tell me. I think I did it. Tell him to look for it.
No, Rochi, he wasn't trying to increase the price. He was actually trying to fix a tier name.
Yeah, I was changing a tier name, and then I said, well, let me fix this now, and let me move this over to tier. We had the Alpha Shot Lounge. We had Kai and Friends, and we had Kai and Frontier, and we had and no disrespect to Kai Boccaccio, but Kai hasn't been with us in a few months, about 2 months now. So I was just changing that tier to whatever we decide what's going to go on when he decides. So I was putting it to Busting Balls, I think I was a tier, and then I went ahead and I went over to the
He says he got the link.
huh?
Chad,
You got a blank?
He says he's got the link.
Oh, very good, very good. So I did it right. And Rochi, you've already been fucking told this 15 times with your comment yesterday. I didn't fucking change the price, you dumb fuck. If I would have changed the price, I would have went to straight 99 cents across the board, you dumb fuck. You are so fucking stupid, man. I really mean it. You got to be the dumbest Brit I ever countered to be a fucking around to talk to or fucking in a chat room. You are far the dumbest fucking cocksucker I ever met in my life, man. You are. And if you're married, your wife's got to be ashamed of your fucking ass. You fucking motherfucker.
Because he was pleading hard to get your cock fixed a long time ago.
He is. I mean, stop it. You're sounding like the other guy that used to be in love with me, man. You've taken over his place. You're getting obsessed, man. You need to go fucking. You need to go back. Oh, Mr. Bukaki. How are you today, Johnny? How's everything going, sir? Yeah.
Yes, lose the dead weight. He's a member, so let's highlight him.
Yes. Hello.
3 months.
Well, it's funny. Hey, Lou, did you know that people can send you fake super chats and fake super stickers? And did you know that?
Yeah, I do.
Do you know that some of these people are so good? Do you remember 2 nights ago I did a stream and I went on for less than an hour. It was when I came on and I didn't ask about money, and I got $38 I think in less than an hour. Turned out I only had $18 because I had a phony super sticker, So people out there are making phony stickers trying to be smartasses. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of pissed me off, But it's okay because it's the third time it's happened, and this time I caught who did it. So it's I'm debating if I should fucking blast him all over the motherfucker. Would that be doxing if I blast that person all over the place?
No.
To make people aware of it, that what they're doing. But everybody knows that, right? Everybody knows that people do fake super chats. Cardiff Electric is the one that started the bullshit. He's another fucking guy that starts everything and runs like a fucking coward, Then he goes on fucking MLC. The guy that hates Brennan so fucking much, and he goes on MLC because he hates it's by Brennan, FKB. Doesn't he preach that since I've been in this Dabbleverse? What a hypocrite that motherfucker is. Talking about, eventually it's going to happen. Someone's going to get a picture of him, and they're going to publicly post it. It ain't about that. It's about that how I've got the upper hand because people are dying to know who I am. That's what made me a star. Fuck you, you fucking potato sack bitch. Okay, that's what you are. Anybody like that, anybody that's a fucking potato or a fucking fruit, look out. They're eventually they're going to be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Fucking bitches, man, all bitches. You
So
know.
Gaseous with the $2 super chat. Mistakes happen, brother.
Wow, I ran a 5K. Oh, look at something good. Chris Mack reporting from Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Let me see my boy here. Let me see what he said. Let me see. What did he
Would you
say?
stop?
Jesus, man. Yesterday I ran a 5K. Yay, morning in Vegas, second year in a row. It's called Vegas Strong, and it raised money for the October 1st fund. Started after the man. Awesome, man. How did you do? How did you do, sir? I mean, you obviously 5K. You got to be pretty good, and pretty fit guy. And first of all, how did they fundraiser go for the money they're raising? Did they do well?
He today he said earlier in the show he put today's his last day in Vegas.
Today's the last day of Vegas of the Skankfest, or the Skankfest over? He just stayed on to do this 5K.
Probably stayed on to do the 5K.
I'm assuming Skankfest was the weekend, and then today he stayed to do that. I like when people think Reb Fugly, the man of the hour, our friend for life. I like when people dox themselves and they get mad. Yeah, I've done that a few times. I like Clay showing his face, and I dox myself. I dox my wife, DG, my wife, and Stutter and John in one day at the same time. I remember a long time ago when I had a phone call in line. It was hilarious. DG goes, well, I only got like 3 phone calls, and then everybody stopped calling me. My wife got a ton of phone calls, and Stutter and John, of course, he had to change his phone number. So I like when people dox themselves and they get mad, like Clay showing his face on this show, and then he gets mad when people use it. Biatch move. Yes. Very good, Fugly. Very good for reminding us. Good. Thank you, so thank you.
That's funny.
Joey, I did it. I might have doxed a long time ago. I might have doxed Tiny Chud. I never forgot, Joey. Yeah, I don't remember, but I didn't have nothing really on you. I didn't have your phone number. I don't know how I doxed you. I know that I think you're one of the guys that lives near me. I believe. I might have leaked that out by accident. But it was all an accident. That's why I was really green. Hey, look who's here. Vito Bandito's here, and he says, doxing makes a deal. Yeah, it does. No, I agree with it. Believe me. And in a perfect world, in a nutshell, and being real here, it is not a good thing to do, and it's not a good feeling, but it does. But me, I got so used to it that I dox myself. That I'll come out and put I'll blout out my phone number and my fucking address. How many times have I done it? I've done it on other shows, and they're like, no, don't do it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Don't do that. Wait a second. Wait a minute. I got to plug in here before I die. Hang on. Got to plug in before we die.
Chris Mack says, my time was a 24:26. I was 4th among guys aged 35 to 39.
Beautiful. Congratulations.
Overall among men, and I was 45th out of 1,125 people total. So 5 women had faster times than me.
That's impressive.
Not bad.
Yeah, I did Mason.
Morning, Spider.
I remember that. I did Mason too. You know that?
I didn't know that.
But it was an accident. So that like I said, I agree. I'm on the same page with people. It's not the right thing to do. I agree with that. But like I said, I will always talk about it if I'm mad. And I made Bob aware. I said, Bob, I might be an outburst, and I might say it. I might say it 10 more times in the next year, 100 times in the next year. But I got you, brother. I will not do that. I will not lower myself to that. I will not lower myself to Rochi, is what I told him. Exactly what I told him.
Excuse me.
That's what I said to him. I won't lower myself to Rochi status.
Spider, I just sent you a link.
Spider, he comes in 2 days, don't he?
Yeah, he'll be there Thursday, I believe.
Oh, Thursday. Yeah, he better be buying fucking. And Lou, today we have to cancel the pizza thing for busting balls, though.
I figured as much. I really wasn't in the.
Just the pizza part. We could have busted balls, but I don't think I can do the pizza today. I've got a problem today. I've got the Hershey squirts, and I don't want to be running to the bathroom every time. I could do chocolate candy bars if you want, and Hershey squirts, and fill up bowls if you want.
Joey got the mud butt.
I got the mud butt. I remember watching a Howard Stern episode where Howard was talking about Metamucil, how it gets rid of mud butt. And I tried it back then and I remember how it flowed so good, and the wiping was easy, and you didn't have fucking a raw ass after mud butt. You try to dig out all the fucking shit out of your ass, and it worked. and I was on that Metamucil, and it worked for guys like me. And I just remembered that. I'm like, I got to go get me some Metamucil today. It's gonna, and I got mud butt sticking to my ass like a motherfucker, man. It just is a fucking horrible thing. I
So is
hate it.
that the reason why you took a shower at at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, I mean, it's I
The
got to be
dark
clean
stuff.
when I go to bed. I can't be nasty living in bed. You know what I'm saying? So, got to be clean. My wife's clean. She's, she takes she don't get into bed, especially when she puts new sheets on. But I play when she changes sheets, which is like every other day. She's like, I just put new sheets on. I hope you are going to take a shower before you lay in the bed, right? You've been sweating all day. Of course I am, dear. Of course I am. You know, but you know, I don't. That's just the proper way to be. And I tell you what. I one thing I can say, I don't have body odor. I've never perspired enough to have body. A couple of times that just for being out in the really hot sun and coming in like from working outside or just doing activities outside, yeah, right to the shower. But very rarely do I ever stink. I probably would have to rot my body without a shower for about 3 months before I start stinking. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't perspire that much less. But as I got older and getting into the deep heat of Florida, I did start getting wringing wet a lot and making where I was getting very
It
perspiring
just
very bad.
it just dawned on me.
Mm.
Yesterday after the show, you let out a loud
Oh yeah, wasn't that a fucking song? I made a song out of my ass, did I? Lou fell off the chair. I just when we were talking after the show, and my wife's behind me. She's sitting on the bed, and I'm sitting in a chair, and I just went, "Oh, here it comes!" I went, and it was like,
and then the next words were, "You're fucking nasty."
yeah. Vito Bandito says, uh, this is what Vito Bandito, and he's got some parts of the truth here. Some Italians do smell like olive oil or like antipasta after a few hours, or salami. They the supersada they smell like. So you grow supersada in the basement. You hang it in the basement to cure, and it smells like feet. I don't know if you ever ate supersada. It's like a rich salami. It's an imported salami from Italy. It's a my friend's grandfathers used to make it, and then they would hang it in the basement. We go steal the fucking shit before it was all the way cured, and just eat it by the whole fucking thing. We just cut it in half, and here's a half of you, and we eat it, and we get chased by the grandfathers. Super Sod is great. I used to love it. You buy shit by the pound. I was so skinny as a kid, I could eat fucking and never gain a weight. All of a sudden, when I hit 30, I started getting that dome belly, and there was one point in my life I think I was like, I made it up to like 210 in my 30s, and I put, oh hell no, I got right back down to 175, 180. When I could do that, but now, woo, I gotta watch every intake of everything because
Yeah, I
it just
know.
piles up on me, piles up on me, piles up on me, and it's because my metabolism slowed down. But so I wake up just a little while ago, and Lou panicked about 9 o'clock. He's ringing my phone. I knew when the phone rang was Lou. I'm up. I'm just debating what. So I go in. I'm just signing in, and I knew when I told him that. Why am I signing in on a computer? Lou's right. I got everything to working yesterday, and I go, okay, we'll be good to go. He goes, no, you won't, because in the morning it'll be back to right before the show or something's gonna go wrong, which is going back to the curse that I have, the Catalano curse. So I'm cursed, and here's the thing. I like to fool with buttons. I like to go into things I don't know nothing about and start turning stuff off, start deleting. I deleted files out of her computer. I went into some deep to C drive shit, and there was all these fucking blank pages with these fancy fucking codes on them, and I started erasing that shit.
No, no.
Yeah, that's what I did. So I'm getting this error saying missing R slash percentage slash whatever the fucking percentage. You're missing this URL is bad URL, and I'm looking. What the fuck does this mean? So
Okay, so
I
here's
took
what's
out
gonna
some
happen.
components, I guess, that make the computer run properly. I do this a lot. I remember one day I dismantled. I went to clean up a computer and I said, "Oh, what's all this fucking files? I don't know what these are." And I start going in this. I'm in C drive. This is about 20 years ago when computers first, maybe computers been out longer than that, but let's say a Windows 98 back in those days. I think it was on Windows 98 computer. And I started taking, oh man, I'm going to clean my computer. So I took all these elements out with all these fancy little fucking little things, and I went to start my computer up, and there was no fucking operating system.
Yeah, no. So here's what your
So,
wife's gonna have to do. She needs to save all her shit
yeah,
to a thumb drive or a hard
yeah,
drive, and then reset the computer.
Yeah, I got to re-download the Windows is what I have to do. I could do that.
You need to reset the computer. That'll
Right.
redo everything.
And
It'll
then
make
this
it
window,
brand new again.
and I made it so bad that I can't even accept the. I won't even be able to do the Windows update of the free 11 that they do from 10. Now they say this computer is not eligible for it.
That computer wouldn't be eligible because it's probably missing the little security thing that they want for you to. And I've noticed older computers do not do well switching to Windows 11.
Well, how do I go? Lou, tell me how to go into this computer right now to look at what this computer is. Where do I go? Where do I start so we can read what's in this computer? I'm talking spec wise. What do I do? I'm on my laptop, but I'm also got the big screen here with the computer. What do I type in?
Laptop, I don't know.
No, not on the laptop. I'm talking about on the main computer. I can do that right now while we're on the show live. What do I type in the search bar to get to? What do I need? Do I need Windows security?
No, you go to the settings.
I'll go to settings. Okay, so I go to settings. Let me type in settings. This is on the big computer, so we can get the specs of the computer. All right, let me go. Oh, wait, I'm in the wrong place. Oh, I need this. Whoa, who's calling me? All right, let's see. Potential spam, or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what it is. All right. But I'm a bonehead. I understand that, you know. I'm not a rocket scientist, you know. I never claimed to be. But I'm not dumb, you know. I just like playing with things. I like playing with things that I know nothing about to see if I can learn something. So sometimes I'll sacrifice the computer to do that. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
No,
so I'm in settings. No, I didn't go to settings. What the hell did I do here? Settings. I'm in settings. Oh, there's settings. Settings system. Okay. So I'm in settings. Wait a second now. What the fuck is going on here? That's not settings. That's not settings, man. Settings. Okay. All right. Something ain't right here. Settings. All right. Go ahead. What am I looking for now?
System.
System. Let me see. Do I get system? File system?
I wish you could share the screen.
Allow access to the file system on this device. Let me see if that's allow apps to access your file. Allow apps? Whoa, am I supposed to have that on?
I don't know what you're looking for.
It says allow apps to access your file system. If you allow access to, you can choose which apps can have access to all your files, including your documents, pictures, videos, and local OneDrive files. By using the settings on the page, denying access blocks apps from accessing your file system. That's something you're supposed to have on? I might have turned this on. This might have been one of the things I turned on to expose. I keep getting this fucking shit from the fucking, also saying I got a leaked IP address. People are watching me through my camera. What's that about?
That's a weird message.
Yeah, I've got that from Spectrum. I've got where my IP address is leaked and my information is leaked, and people are able to go right to spy through. It's like I feel like someone's watching me through my camera. One of these trolls, they got control of my fucking with my shit. That's what I think it is.
Well, the only way they can get into your shit is one, they know your IP address, and then two, you would have clicked on a link that will give them that kind of malware access.
How do I know I didn't do that? Let me tell you, I'm a guy that when I get a fucking phone call from a guy going, "Hey, you there? My name is Sam. Yes, you requesting loan?" And I just happen to maybe request a loan. Okay, so we're a loan company, and we're here to give you. We've got some really good terms. And what is your social security number again? And I'm going, I don't know if I fill out that. What is it? He goes, "No, sir. Now quit being spontaneous. You must tell me." I go, "Okay," and I give my social security number, and then I give my address, and he goes, "Okay, I'll be right back. The finance department will be right back with you." And he clicks off and it goes away. Well, long and behold, I'm going into my we report that your income to Social Security every year, and you got this statement that gives you all the years you work and all the money you put in. Well, I go in there and I thought it was $55,000. I said this before, but it was actually someone did a tax income. Did someone file taxes last year in my name with an income of $45,000 that went to mine? And I called the IRS and they go, "We thought something was not right. We flagged it. Thank God you saw this and you called in. Now we confirmed it was fraud. Someone is using your identity. Someone took my identity." So I'm thinking, well, I wonder who it is. Could it be someone from the Dabbleverse, someone of these trolls? But then I said, I've talked so many times on the phone to somebody from India and gave them so much information. Well, and then this happens a lot in prisons. Prisoners file tax returns every year and get money, even if they're lifers. I don't, because all that scam that's going around, where these people they just put people on paper, and I haven't. There's Ian Hawk right there, buddy. This is Ian Hawk right here, buddy. All right, so don't erase it because then we'll lose the 9. He's a smart ass. He did this to me on Rumble once. He sent me a bunch of 99 cents, and I blocked him. And he knew I would block him, so he knew he wouldn't have to pay me. You understand? Don't block him. So I'll take that fucking prick's money. I'll take all his fucking money. You understand? So nobody blocked that prick, because I'll tell you what, I made that mistake. He knows how to bait me, and he got like 10 of them one day. Or he would send me Venmos or Cash Apps or whatever. Penny. You're so fucking dumb. All you gotta do is block me. Is it your wife, Indian? Rochi, Turb says, what does Turb say here? Gotta look what Turb says. Turb says, Rochi isn't your wife, Indian.
Isn't your wife Indian? Rochi actually has.
Oh, I get it now. Yeah, that Rochi. So, so I called the IRS, which I did the right thing. They're like, Mr. Catalano, we got to ask you some personal questions. I did. Okay, we know this is you. We thought there was suspicious activity. We haven't mailed out the refund. The refund's been done. It's been sitting here. Hopefully, we were trying to get a contact to you, because they were getting ready to send me a letter to me. Now, I have to fill out a form if I want to see the actual tax return. I have to go through this red tape to see what information. Well, obviously to file taxes in my name, they must have a lot of information. They had to have my social security number. They had to have a W-2, which was probably bogus. They created a job, or they're legitimately someone stole my identity and sold my identity to an illegal immigrant. That would be the legit way for someone to do it. Not legit, but it's still fraud. But I think it's with the scam that's been going on the last 8-9 years, where these people file these bogus, like there's these little mom and pop tax places that they'll tell you, don't worry, you want to file taxes, we'll get you $7,000, and they give someone kids. This is what I learned in prison. Like, I'm like, how the hell you get an income tax? You've been in prison for 10 years. He goes, oh man, that don't worry about it. I let somebody use my name and information that has kids, so so they can get more money, or someone needs however they do it. And these guys are getting, and then they get this income tax rate that goes to someone else's account, and then they feed them to their commissary. Big scam going on, and I don't know how the prisons haven't cracked it. This is going on big. It's getting so big in prison that it's getting really scary. So I was, no doubt in my mind, I did it to myself. I did it to myself by giving out information on the telephone when I get these phone calls. And my wife goes, why don't you let them give you the information? Because he'll go, well, I see your birthday is in December, what day? And I go, and as I start, he goes, oh yeah, 8th. And he'll say, so he's just baiting me, and I'm dumb enough. Don't get me wrong. I'm fucking dumb when it comes to certain things. I have an area of expertise in some areas, like everybody else does. But I like fucking with them people. But now this time, someone has stolen my identity. That's a fact. And the proof is that someone filed a tax return, which was all completed, and they were going to get a tax, but they flagged it. The IRS flagged something. They just said, one, we know that you started collecting your disability insurance when you got awarded by the judge in 2015, and so there should be no work history, number one, which there hasn't been. I'm allowed to work to make a certain amount of money. They call this ticket to work or something. They send you if you wanted to, but I chose not to do that, because if you really do that, I'm so close to collecting my Social Security anyhow. Now I'm 3 years away. There's no sense in me doing that, So, but I have to claim my YouTubes at my 1099s, which I will, and I let them know I do have a small income coming in, which will not break anything over what I'm allowed to make. Now, SSI people can make a lot more than someone on disability insurance. I believe SSI can make up, I think they're like $17,000 a year extra. I think I'm limited to like $13,000.
It's depending on the
Yeah.
person.
So, I mean, obviously the 1099, I'm not going to be nowhere near that with YouTube. I think I'm at YouTube, I have a total income for 2024, probably going to be around $6,000, I think.
You got to be careful with what you say, though, because someone might try to
It's
donate some big
legit though.
ass
I'm gonna, but see, I'm not saying nothing that they know. Believe me, they're monitoring every dollar I make. There's people in this Battleverse, huh?
What I'm saying is there'll be some asshole who'll just fucking hit you with $1,000 donation just to try to fuck you.
Well, I'm good because even if they do that, but here's the thing: donations can be wrote off too. So see, that's how dumb they are. I can write off a lot of it. You understand? As a donations are donations. A big difference. If you got the right accountant who knows all the proper laws, there's a lot of that will be wrote off. It won't even be declared as income. But I'll give it to the accountant. I'll let them do their job, and then the IRS will tell us what can be done and what can't be done. So anyhow, a lot of it's going to be offset anyhow because it's going to be under 10 grand. So it doesn't matter. They're just dumb. But there are people that actually monitor your income. Rochi's writing down everything I make. Did you know that? Every super chat he takes a picture of, he's keeping accurate records. Why is he doing it? Now we find out his wife is Indian. So is he doing something? Do we have to report something to the king and queen out there? Do we have to make a report on this?
The king and queen wouldn't care.
Well, I don't know. We got whoever we got to report to. I like to let them crawl up his ass with a microscope because it ain't fun. But the IRS was very thankful that I called in and they're very glad that I make aware. And they asked me, "Did you give out?" And I told them honestly, you know what? I don't know if I got scammed when I went to prison, and when people looted my house, and after my daughter passed, and people went in and took a prior tax returns were in the file box. If one of those drug addicts did it and passed it on and sold my information, it could have been that. That's why they said, "Well, go ahead and fill out this form, and we'll be able to get you everything, and maybe you could cipher who might have done this to." So I'm hoping it wasn't somebody in Florida, because if it's somebody in Florida in any area I live, I'm going to narrow it down to a few people and catch somebody. If it's somebody that lives in a different state, it's going to be hard. But depending what state they live, we might be able to find out who this is. So when I do find out, if I am able to, and if with the information I can by looking at my tax return that was falsely filed in my name. Now here's the thing: it's still done in my name, so it went to my Social Security. If I don't do it, Chad's here. Sorry about that. Want to bring him in? Sorry, Chad. We didn't say anything, but how long were you sitting there, buddy?
You just got there.
A little while. Oh,
sorry about that.
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Why don't you go ahead and get the report? Look like you got a little wind out there.
Yeah, it's a little windy out here. Well, we got the Detroit weather because we're gearing up for the trip next month in Detroit.
Wonderful news. I tell you, John Poe is a fascinating guy, man. We talked a little bit after you left, and he just kept, he's happy that I wanted to come on board. I was great ecstatic that you and him wanted me to come on board. And, so now we're catching shit that, Joey sees the third mic. Yeah, who cares if I'm a third mic? I love it. I'm honored to be there.
We don't keep track of none of that. We're all partners, so,
That's right. It's an interesting thing, and I think John is very creative. And I think we settled on what we're going to do Sunday. He goes, good, this is what we'll do next Sunday, and I'm going to start reading up on it. And I'm sure he'll touch a base with you. I don't want to give it away on the air what we're talking about next Sunday. Let that be a surprise. But not people a couple of people think it was very good. They commented and you did very well. But we didn't do the show yet. We were just making introductions to each other.
Yeah. We're just making introductions. And anyone that criticizes that show is guilty of their own crime. So they better watch out.
Right. But I thought we jarred together very well. I think each of us are going to bring a great perspective to this, especially if we do our homework on each week by the week that what case we're going to do. But I gave him a lot of things that I would like to do. He liked it. He goes, Brian, I like that one. So we're probably going to hit everything that we want to do, each of us. And maybe we might be able to help some people in this as we go along. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing. I'm happy about this, very happy about this. So, well, I'm sure you're ready to get the weather up. Let's see what the weather is.
Absolutely, Joey. Weather in Detroit is 67 degrees. Precip is at 5, Joey. The wind is at 6, Lou. And it's 90% humid, Joey.
Oh, my Lord. It is humid in Detroit. All right. How are you doing today, buddy?
Good. Just getting absorbing some of the weather here. Doing good.
Interesting. I like it I like fall. It's one of my favorite parts of I miss the 4 seasons. I think if I miss anything, I do miss the 4 seasons. I don't miss. What's that?
With you. You would think that living in Florida for long, you would get no. A person
Yeah.
would like to see fucking the changing of the color with the leaves.
Yes.
Some
Yes.
snow
Well, we
every
have
now
we
and
have
then.
2 seasons in Buffalo. We got winter and
That's right. That's true there, Chad. That was the motto in Chicago. Construction, and you got winter and construction in Chicago. That's how it used to be in Chicago. Yeah, very. That was like that in Chicago. It was very always construction, on that I-90 or that 94 Edens Expressway. You got all that construction, and you got winter, some bad winters. So, well, I'll tell you what, Chad. I think we're going to start a great thing here, great friendships, and I think I'm finally feeling like I'm going to do something in the podcast that's going to be able to help some people, or at least be part of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
That you gained a few new subscribers from that show last night.
Yes, and that's a wonderful thing. And I made Poe John aware about, because he said, "Boy," he said, "did you read some of them chats?" He goes, "Boy, you got some really." You go, "Your trolls are very funny." He said. I see. Yeah, I made him aware of some of the people. I go, "Well, a couple of people that send money. The one guy was sending money. I go, he is not a nice guy." And I filled him in on that. He goes, "Really? Do we need to look into?" I go, "I already got the Tampa police doing all that." But he said, "If you need my assistance with anything, I will." So I'm liking this because, when people want to throw fire at you, you got to have fire back. So, and
yeah, I hope people. I hope the trolls take that serious, because it's not like Poe on the go, John Poe. He's not a fake chief. That was for real. And you can look up his name on the internet. And
I'm pretty sure of it.
What was that, Lou?
And I'm sure he still has his connections with the fucking academy.
Well, I mean, and he was very adamant. He says he don't hang with other cops. He never did when he was a police chief or a cop. He didn't hang out with. He didn't go do cop things.
When you're in that type of position, you really can't hang with no one, because then it's going to be looked at like, oh, you're favoring this person over this one.
Right.
You have to play even keel and be neutral.
He did, and he was a very neutral man and very about the law, and that's what I like about him. Because I even told him, "Listen, if I do something wrong, John, and I get caught, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with facing the consequence. I want to be. It's just like if something happened in the future and you did something wrong, or Chad did something wrong. I wouldn't want to give you a pass at something that if you harmed somebody, you would have to be prosecuted and face consequence." He goes, "You're right, and it's the way I am." I said, "So when I got caught, I never got angry. I just said, well, I did a dumb thing, and now I have to go pay the price." So I'm all about justice. I don't respect. What?
Yesterday, Joey.
What's
how
that?
he bigged you up for being an honorable man, for
Yes,
lying to
yes.
the feds for your wife, where a
Yes,
lot of
yes.
these cunts don't realize old school mentality.
It's just the right thing to do when you're married, man. I mean, I did some crappy things on the internet last year, like,
You could have let your wife take the bid, and you would have kept your house and all this other shit, and held her down.
She was doing it anyhow. She was going to take the bid anyhow, whether I lied for her anyhow. She was getting caught anyhow. The point is I tried to cover up as much as I can. I like I said, yes, I've already said, did I spend the money? Yes, I did. Was I part of spending that money? Yes, I did. Did I have one thing that I filled out, or was any part of? No. And people the last week to say, you put my wife up to, you made her be the fall girl. Are you insane? First of all, I'm a type of guy, I didn't believe that women, you don't do business with women. I'm so old school. I believe the women, you get married, they take care of your kids in your home while you provide. I'm that type of guy. So I would never, ever use a woman to do anything I want to do. If I'm going to do it, whether it's dumb or not, I'm going to do it myself, or I'm going to involve my partners in it, which I don't work with a lot of people back then, because like Poe says, what is the phrase that we have on our title there, Chad? What was the phrase?
Oh, wasn't it criminal element or something?
Right, criminal, but there's a little phrase underneath there. Three.
Let me think. I think it was something like if two are unalived and one's, I can't remember the exact thing.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find that. That was a great saying that I really thought made a lot of sense. Now, let me see if I can find that here. John said this a couple times yesterday, which made a lot. Well, what happened here? All right, let me go back here. Hello. I'm losing some face here. All right, let me find this real quick. Let me go on the big computer here real quick. But yeah, it was catchy, the phrase, and he's right. And I talked to him about this yesterday. I go, one thing you got to know for sure: if you're gonna do the crime, don't have a co-defendant, because I know I'm not gonna tell on myself, but you don't know for sure if they're gonna tell on you, which is a fact. And that's kind of what his title was about, and it made so much sense to me. Here's the other thing: you find out two people from two different entities of life. One a police officer, one a police chief, a person that's just a working stiff like me and Chad, who acknowledges ourselves. Chad acknowledges himself in a lot of,
Three can
what was
keep
that?
a secret if two are dead.
That's correct. Three can keep a secret if two are dead. You understand what that's saying with that? That is such a true statement. Basically, what he's saying is, watch your co-defendants, because they could be the one narking you out. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's safely, if you're going to be a criminal, if you are going to be a criminal, a career, and like he's told me, he said there are a lot of very smart criminals in life that have been very smart that never got caught. And he said the intelligent level of those criminals are so unbelievable.
I know.
He says, but it's far few in between to see. Those are pros, he said. And there's not a lot of professional criminals, he said. But there are some that are very good at what they do. They don't get caught. They don't get caught. And he said it's amazing what you learn. He told me also how he treated people that maybe got in trouble for the first time. And he knew that they just were not a person that should be in trouble. And he would go out of his way to be kind to them and make them, let them know, this is, this, if you do this step and you do this step, you should come out. And he said other officers would get mad about that, because some officers get that mentality is, you're all murderers, you're all bad, you all want to hurt police. That's not true. You see, that's why I like first impression of John Poe is he is a righteous man, and he believes in truth and truth only. That you can't ask for anything better. Like I said, a lot of people don't respect police. I have some police I don't respect. I don't respect corruption, but there are good cops out there. That we got a sheriff in Florida, probably the only Florida sheriff that does his job right. Grady Judd, very well, big no name. Even Poe knew this name. This man is like the head of the police association for all the police in all the United States, where it's an organization that he was like president of. He is a man that gets his job done, but he does it correctly. He don't just frame people. We talked about Chicago corruption, Detroit corruption. How officers and that he's worked with that were that he didn't tolerate that. And I'm okay, like I said, if they catch you getting a crime, just don't frame the person. Just make sure you got the proper evidence. So I think this is going to be a very good series. I'm very excited to work. I can't wait to meet these guys and hang out with them. And this Scientology thing that I'm very interested in. I always been, because I've always lived right in the heart of it down here. Because this is a pretty big chapter of them down here in Clearwater. This is their home base, I believe, for all.
Is it Clearwater?
Yeah, which is Clearwater, Florida. Yeah, go ahead. You got to pee? Do we have to have a
Clearwater or St. Pete?
They're in Clearwater. Downtown Clearwater is where their headquarters are. Okay. Yeah, they own everything in downtown. Every building downtown that they rent for businesses, they own all that. They have so much real estate. They are so wealthy, and they are a cult. I was telling John, Chad, that if I have to go out in the field, I know the complex they live at on Keene Road, where they've enclosed it like a compound, where their vans are parked, and they own the whole entire apartment building for all Scientology workers. And the low-level people in Scientology are not allowed to be married. They get $50 a week, like Chad said. They work to get their checks, but they only get $50 a week cash out of their checks. Everything else is deducted. Their room and board. They go to the movie theater like once a week on a Thursday, I believe. They bus over to the movie theater. That's what they're allowed to do. They're not allowed to talk to nobody outside. These are the ones that wear the outfits. They wear the black pants with the white shirts, and they walk around Clearwater. And their workforce is 24/7. So you go down to Clearwater any given time. Late at night, you will see nothing but a bunch of Scientology in those outfits. Those are the working stiffs. Now, if you're at a higher level, like a John Travolta level, or those big stars that have put money into them, they're allowed to be married. The more money you got, the higher ranks you got. It's that one actress, Leah Raines. Is that her name? How you pronounce it right?
Yep, Remini. Yep.
Yeah, Lemmy. She was involved with it big time. Her mother was a high-ranking and she told us the story how they locked her in a room in the Scientology for hours and hours, and they were reprimanding him and transferring her around all these places. Her mother would not help her. She was so loyal to Scientology. She shunned her own daughter when she went to her mother. Her mother's like a high. It's like a mafia. It's like lieutenants, captains, but they're different names. They're nothing but a crime organization, if you ask me, is what they are.
Yep.
Yep.
And
that's what they are.
Yep. Dave Miscavige's the leader, and Tom Cruise is right under him, and those are the two leaders. Yeah, and so Tom Cruise is a gangster, basically, is what he is. Yep. He's sad. It's sad. I used to like Tom Cruise movies. Now I don't like Tom Cruise anymore.
I'm gonna give out a little tidbit for the wannabe criminal element out there nowadays. If you're gonna go do a crime, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're driving an old school car that doesn't have a fucking computer in it.
That's right.
Now
That's right.
they can track you by your car. And
That's correct.
always leave your cell phone home.
That's correct. That's correct.
Because
Right. They have employees that work at the DMV and at the airline, so they can track everyone too.
That's correct.
you gotta pay attention to the street cameras and all that.
Yes,
When you're
yes.
free, try to conceal your face so they don't see you.
That's correct.
come on,
That's correct.
guys.
You
I'm
know,
giving free knowledge.
advice here.
And
Here,
if push comes to
Go ahead,
shove,
Lou.
just steal a fucking car and use a stolen car, and make sure you bleach the car when you're done.
Right. That's right.
Don't
Here's
leave
the
no
point that
fingerprints.
here's what Louis making correct besides most crimes are not that difficult to pull off. What's difficult is that the dumbness of them, of like he said, bringing the cell phone for a tracking device. That's a map right to you. A newer car that has GPS in it that can track you to the letter of exactly where you're at. Cameras at every corner in most cities that they pick up. Walmart cameras can get you a radius 2 miles out and perfectly clear. People get convicted. My friend here's a dumb thing. My friend was going out to shop at Walmart. This is my friend of 40 years who I grew up with in Chicago, who moved to Florida. Now he's a 6'5" Puerto Rican who's dark, who they think he's African American. Or I said black. I can't use the word African American. Black. So he picked up this wallet. Now what he did is he turned the wallet in, but he took the cash. You understand? He took the cash, but he saw it belonged to a lady. She had every possible top-end credit card. So he figured out he's in the parking lot. He grabbed $200 or something in cash. He goes, all right, they'll be happy to get their wallet back with their license and everything. They'll probably be happy that I took the $200. He got convicted. He got arrested. The old lady was a rich, snobby lady. When she got her wallet back, she was mad because the $200, she was so tight-ass. She wanted to know who took the $200. So they punched up the fucking parking lot and saw him taking it right out of the fucking thing, cleared the bell, put it in his pocket. They convicted him.
Oh well, he's the idiot.
Convicted him. 6 months probation. The day he got off probation, he go, motherfucker, fuck this place. I'm going back. I'm getting the fuck out of Florida. Fuck Florida. He bolted out of Florida. Them motherfuckers trying to hem up a motherfucker. That's what he said to me.
You were a fucking idiot who decided to take the money out of a wallet.
And I told him that.
In a fucking Walmart parking lot where they are definitely recording you.
I go, how dumb are you?
I got a better shot.
I told him.
Walking down one of the fucking Walmart aisles, there's a lot of dummy cameras in the fucking aisle.
Correct.
You just got to make sure you pick the right fucking aisle.
I commend him for not wanting to go try to do a scam with her credit cards. I commend him for that. I commend him for his concern to get the.
Go into a bathroom. Then they can't prove shit if you took it or not.
They got him dead to right. Get convicted. There was no rebuttal. Him physically going in with his hand, him personally, they got to put, like you said, if he went inside, went to the bathroom before he turned it into, if they don't see it, they can't prove it. So he made a very key mistake. And do I think he should have just turned all the money in and maybe he would have got rewarded? I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. I probably would have took the cash too. I probably would have. But I'm being honest. I'm not saying that it was right or wrong. I probably would have in years before. Now, I probably wouldn't. I turned it. I found stuff with $5 in it and gave it back to them. $10 in it. I gave it back to them. It's not worth it. Today, it's not worth it because I know there's eyes everywhere. So I think about, They need, if they lost this, I don't need that $10 or $20 or $50. I'm gonna just turn it. I don't want no headaches. He saw $200 and said, "Hey, they're gonna be grateful they got." Which I understand his point, but then again, I call him a dumbass because the way he did it. I think in today's society, first of all, anybody trying to be a criminal today, I tell you, don't do it. You cannot be a criminal today. You got too many cameras. You can't get away with nothing today. Nothing.
It is much harder, but fuck that. If you are criminal,
You got to be smart. Go to school. Stay in school. I encourage everybody to stay in school. Get an education and be somebody in life. Do not try to be a criminal. It's just not worth it.
I don't encourage school. School sucks. School don't teach you.
Well, I know that some people got degrees.
All
Right.
school is teaching you nowadays how to be a fucking slave to the working society.
School.
Yeah. What is this? Keep getting calls at work. This is bullshit. Keep missing. What the hell is Eco Pineapple talking about?
He's talking about he's getting phone calls at work and he's missing the show.
Oh. Well, hey, you got a job to do, buddy. I mean, that's got to be your first priority. I respect that. I like the fact you want to be here, but you got a job to do, man. I mean, even if you are a Dabble Storian, you know what I'm saying? I mean, what can I say?
Well, I doxed his real name earlier in the chat, guys. His real name is Mr. Tad Ferguson, the pineapple.
Is he really? Is that his real name?
Yep. Yeah, I'm sorry to dox it.
Really? How did you come about this?
Oh, Poe told me.
Really? Let me see that. I didn't see that. What's his name?
Tad Ferguson.
Tad Ferguson. Wow.
That is a very interesting name for a Brit.
That's right. That's part of his cover, I think. I don't know what he's got going on, but
any link to being a screen name of Dabble Storian? Can we find this out?
I'll ask Poe. Poe will be on the case before you know it.
Yeah, I just need to know if he's got any link to Dabble Storian. That's what I want to know.
Pineapple says, "Don't fucking dox me."
Sorry, Ted.
Ted, like Chad. Chad, little similarity there. I mean, But I said again.
Why do you think I'm Dabble Storian? Because your voice is very similar to it.
Yeah, a lot of people said to me that it's you.
Don't deny it, Ted. Don't deny it.
Yeah, it's okay. If you finally got something good going, you should be proud of that, and you should be proud to say, "I was an idiot as Dabble Storian. I know that. I understand that, but I'm really trying hard to be something, and I put something together here, which is good. The pineapple could be very successful, but don't shun us and be afraid to say you were the guy that was the idiot last year. It's okay. We forgive you. Just be honest about it. Don't make the mistake Rochi does. Okay, Rochi makes the same mistake over, or the idiot Rochi Hawk who's a fucking idiot. I told you go to bed. We don't play this here. Told you, do not come in the chat room there, Rochi Hawk. I told you, you don't want none of this. You failed miserably when I was a fucking rookie at this. Imagine what's going to happen to your fucking ass puckering when you come at me this time. You're fucking going to be really done. I gave you a break. I keep telling you that. And you keep wanting to force my hand by fucking shining my chat room. Go away. Play with somebody else. Stay away from Joey C's camp. You understand? You understand that, right? I know you do. You with that thick fucking long girly hair that you have, all right? And that fucking ugly ass face of yours, all right? And with that Texas accent. Stay away. You don't want to play in my camp anymore. Okay? You understand that, right?
Stay away.
Just go away. I gave you too many chances. I told you. You keep fucking trying to come in here, it's going to be bad for you. Very ugly for you. Don't think you're immune from anything. Patrick Melton misled you so bad over the last year about this and that and rules and regulations. He fucked you up, pal. Listen to that fat slob, and you're going to really fucking be really fucked up. Okay? Now go away. Okay? Go fucking away. That's all I'm going to tell you. Last time I'm going to warn you.
Who removed Rochi Hawk? Why?
So can I finish what happened with this identity thing so I can get to it? So I did a good thing. I was very happy to make content. I'm aware of it. But I got to go through some channels. I can get the actual tax return file. And here's the thing. I got to call I wrote it down. This was last month. I wrote it down. They said it's up to me. If I want to know, they know they stopped it. There's never going to go out. They know it's not me. I told them. So now I have to call the disability people from where I paid in for my Social Security to wipe that off that I didn't work. That wasn't me. That's going to be hard because they use my real identity. They use my Social Security. So that's going to be some channels. I don't know how that's going to work. I haven't made that phone call yet because
I'm thinking they might tell you have to go and get.
I might have to go through a court system and have a judge rule it.
You might have to get paperwork from Social Security to say that someone used your shit to fraud you.
Right? No. I would have to get something for the IRS showing that it was fraud. Yes. That they said they would back me 110% with the Social Security disability because they know now because they said they were close. They almost got it. They and I asked them what was the mistake that red flag. They go, well, we over the phone we can't give you that information. We will send you another form that you have to fill out. So everything's about a form. You can't get too much information on the phone. So I got to fill that form out when it comes.
Going to. The IRS, no one in the government's going to give you information over the phone.
They won't give me nothing.
Paperwork, and they're going to mail you things.
Right. There's 3 forms I got to do. One to get the actual IRS, get the actual tax return. Another one to find out information about what the mistakes were, and they're hoping that I could figure out who it is. So I give them the name for they can take it to the government, to the federal people. And I'm telling you, so I'm really thinking here. I'm thinking here. I don't think it was anybody from the Dabbleverse. It had to be something because of me.
I don't think it's anyone from the Dabbleverse. You're working and you've got to use certain things. So, but Poe on the Go was here saying good morning. Acknowledge.
Hey,
please.
What's up, John? How are you? Good morning, John. How are you? We were just having a great conversation about you. So this is a thing that I'm glad I, for whatever reason, I went into my Social Security to look at my history of everything I paid in over the years. And I looked at the year and I go, what? I didn't report no income. So I'm right away like, that has to be, I just thought it was an error. So I let it go for a couple of days. I figured maybe it was an error. When I see it again, I go, let me call the IRS. And I called the IRS and I had a lengthy conversation. Very nice. They were very happy that I called. They were very happy that it wasn't me trying to do it. And I'm like, I've never had a problem with my tax return. I filed and paid taxes every year. Never did I ever get flagged in 30-something years of doing income tax. It was always pretty even keel about what was reported, what I got back. I got, with little kids, you get the earned income credit. I got that over the years. They said, you're a pretty cut and dry guy, simple guy. When I was a clubhouse manager, I reported my tips. They said, I said a part of it is it was where I had to pay taxes on that. So like if I was getting earned income, I had to go in and show what players gave me on the side for cash, and I had to pay taxes on that. So that would come out of my, it would offset from that. So I did everything right every year. One thing I didn't mess with the IRS. I never tried to mess with anything with my driver's license. I always cherished my driver's license to keep a driver's license clean and good. I've had some speeding tickets, normal speed. I had a heavy foot over the year. I used to catch a speeding ticket every other year. About every other year was my record. Pretty much I had a speeding ticket. Is that normal? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people that are heavy foot. I know a lot of women that have got a heavy foot on the road. Some people get caught more speeding, but it's not that I speed in a residential area. I don't. It's being on a highway. If you got a 70, I might be doing 85. You know what I'm saying? But that's a normal, natural thing for a lot of men that drive on the road. And I've had a few speeding tickets in my life. I haven't had none. I did catch one that I beat from last year. I beat it because he didn't radar me. He didn't put it on the ticket. He didn't show up for court, so it was thrown out. But that was the first one I would have had in 5 years, I think. 4 or 5 years. So I've slowed down a lot. I don't like the speed now. I get nervous driving now as I'm older because I don't have my perception to judge the mirrors as good as I did with my eyes. So I definitely could say when you get older, you slow down speeding and stuff like that. But for the most part, I respect most of the laws, man. I've always been that. I mean, I had to. You have to. Yes, I made my share of mistakes, but like even.
You're all over the place today, Joey.
No, I'm not. I'm just talking about the IRS. That's done. So we got that out. There was one more thing I wanted to touch on. So I wake up this morning and I go to my emails, and I've had this account for years, my PayPal account. I no longer can use my PayPal account due to the way money comes in there. So are they saying that I'm illegally doing something? Basically, that's what they're telling me. So the donations part. Anybody, they can no longer accept my transactions the way I make money in there. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I told you, I gave a detailed thing what it was. I have a podcast. I get donations from the podcast. People donate to the podcast. I don't know if you ever those apps that where you're not gambling, those apps that you get points. You traded points for gift cards by playing new games and stuff. I do a lot of that. Like at one game, I got up to 5 million. If I get another 5 million points, I can get $1,000 gift card. It's stuff that might take me 7 months to do, but it'll be something for Christmas I put away. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes they'll tell you you could cash out 50 cents or 99 cents or 5 cents, and these were going in 5 cents, 3. So they flagged me for that, and I explained to them. I showed them every detail what I do. It's legitimate apps that you don't gamble. You're not gambling. You don't put money into gamble. You play their apps, new apps that come out, or stupid apps like Snake and all this stupid just to get points by playing the game and watching the commercial is what it's all about, the advertisement. So they took my fucking PayPal away from me. I've had it for years. Never had a problem. And now I'm starting to believe that someone fucking called PayPal and fucked with me because people have been calling shit on me. Right?
Just call PayPal's 1-800 number and try to resolve the issue. But
this is what they said. Let me read this to you. This is what they said. And I'm like, PayPal, I hated PayPal because they got their security is so uptight. And sometimes they really piss me off. But I've always played ball right, and I've always respected that. So I got to say, rules are rules. They're doing it to protect both ends, and I respect that. But here's what I wake up to. Now, I'm like, what the fuck? I don't do nothing wrong, and now they want to fuck with me. Why? Why? Because some people sometimes send me in donations. You understand what I'm saying? I just feel like all these problems have come since I started streaming, and people want to fuck with me. Rochi has made it personally where he said he's going to call HBO on us for playing fucking the Penguin. Now, a guy says that. I don't give a shit if he's popping off the fucking just to be funny. Let me tell you something. You're a bitch when you're talking like that. You are a bitch. There's no mercy for you.
Yep,
okay?
all these people need to be investigated.
Yo, what game was going to
and that's the right there.
You ain't reading.
Going to give you what?
Computer. Poe on the Go wants to know what game will give him $1,000 for playing.
No. You got to play. It might take you a year. I'll show you. I'll tell you the website. Hang on. It's like if you download a thing called Just Play, and it's called Just. Where's my phone at? Where's my other phone at? Is this it? Yeah, here it is. All right. So here's the app. This is the app I got in my phone. There's a couple of them. All right. So you go and you download an app called Best Play. Best Play. You download that and you follow the instructions and you earn points for gift cards. Now, a lot of times you can cash out 40 cents. It's like you play this, like I play Yahtzee all day long. I'll play Yahtzee it's skill game to sharpen your brain. It's actually a game that sharpens your brain and it gets you for math skills because you're playing with numbers. And all of a sudden I'll say, every 3 hours they'll say, you earned 99 cents. You earned 75 cents. And then later you can cash that out. But if you do it where you can make $3 a day, and you just leave it go in there every day, that actually goes to your PayPal on your card as cash. But then they offer like if you can get $1,000 on your PayPal or your Cash App if you earn so many points. Now here's one that I've got. Huh?
PayPal just sent you
what
a
happened?
message. They did? PayPal fan Joey C. PayPal is tired of doing penny transactions with Joey.
I don't know. So maybe I don't know. I'm serious. I'm going to show you. I mean, I got no. This is no big deal. Here's the Best Play app. So I'm going to show you this. If you guys can. Here, it's called. There it is, right there. Best Play. You see? You guys see that pretty good? Huh?
No, we can't.
Can you see that?
Vertical background, Joey. We can't see nothing.
No.
Oh my God! All right. Let me see. Anyhow, it says. All right. Let me see this. There's one way I can do this. Hang on. This is interesting.
Welcome to the show.
Where is? I didn't even know he was here. I've been talking my fucking ass off here. Let me just see if I can do this. Hang on. Let me do this the right way without. Let me go here for a minute.
Says Chad makes more than that doing OnlyFans.
And that's my privilege.
That's okay. You know, hey, now
I'm liking the setup.
Now let me see this. Can you see that now?
You ain't got nothing in front of us.
What are you talking about? Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. What do you mean nothing for? I don't. Why are you showing my phone?
Camera.
Huh?
You're using the wrong camera.
No, because this is the camera I got into the Streamyard to the laptop, and I'm trying to show. No, what the hell's going on? What am I doing wrong here?
Flip the phone.
Oh, flip the phone?
Yeah, flip
the camera.
Look at. Oh my! You're not.
Oh, I got you. I got like this. Okay, right?
Yes,
Is that right? All right, wait a second now.
You're
Let
not
me see.
even using that fucking camera. You.
What? Oh, I'm using the camera in the motherfucking. Oh shit! This camera's not even on. What the fuck? You see that? You see that? You see how that works? So you play those games, these stupid games. You see that? You play these stupid games. Yeah, no wonder I'm fucking freaking out. Look here. Look at all the. What the fuck, man? God bless it, man. All right, here we go. You see those stupid games there? You see that?
Yeah.
Those little stupid games like that. Fill in the and you get points. And if you get enough points, they pay you. It's like let me show you. Let me show you how I got paid out on this one. Let me see. All right, let me hang on. Just hang on. Bear with me.
Oh my
Let me just hang on a minute. Let me just hang on a second. Let me go here and see money balance. Okay, this is it. Play back to home. All right, let me see history. Here's my history. Here's my history. Look at it. Look at all the little cents I get. So are they bitching about this because they get all these little things? This is for me like playing for a week. Look at some of the look at. You see, just little small deposits, all legit. You understand? Just a little thing that the 39 cents, 72 cents. Look at that. All goes to PayPal the way it's supposed to do it, and they fucking take my account away from me, the pricks.
Joey, we could have Frank Amadeus do PayPal for you. They shouldn't have done that.
Well, I mean, I don't understand why they got to fuck with people like me. I don't understand. Like, I'm fucking committing some fucking.
Is there a
Yeah.
way to just let it all combine and then send one payment?
No, there's. Yeah, I can do that. Sir. I can just let it build up into the app. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Sir. I can just let it build.
63 cents, 79 cents, and all that.
Instead of instead of sending the minute I get 40 cents, I send it to my PayPal. Like I think they're going to steal my 40 cents that I worked hard for. You know, that's the problem. I'm not thinking
really
clearly.
About 40 cents.
Right, I'm not, but I just, I don't trust. I think they're trying to scam me. That's where I get to the point that I think they're trying to scam me. You understand? So I get nervous. Here, I play the game all day long to make $1.50. Played 8 hours of the game to make $2. So I like, you know what? Yeah, it's not the principle, but what if they're scamming me? I just want to make sure they're legit to send me the $2. So every time I make 30 cents. So you're right. I can let it build up in the app, and I can let it sit there for 6 months, and maybe in 6 months have $100 and then transfer. That's the way I should do it. But that's one of the apps that I use. It's not. I don't put no money into it. I don't gamble, but it's a way because I used to be a gambler to keep me. It's one of the ways I stay clean from gambling, or I don't bring my addiction back. By doing this, when I get these urges, this is what I do. It's just gambling addiction, drug addiction is all psychological. Here's my whole point. A lot of it's psychological when you do it for a lengthy time. Where now I could be around a bunch of drug addicts and not get the urge no more because I've been clean long enough. Gambling was my worst vice in my younger years. You understand? I was a degenerate gambler. I don't want to gamble no more. So I used to buy $1,000 a day in scratch tickets 10 years ago. You understand? Every day. That was my thing. I don't do that. I don't even care about that no more. It's phased out on its own. But when I do want to, if I see something, oh man, I'll go play these games, and it just soothes me enough to where I don't want to spend no money. You understand? I'm becoming a tight ass. I want to pinch every penny and save every penny I can. Wish I could have thought this 30 years ago. You understand? If I had done this 30 years ago, and I hear my grandfather, words coming to true. You think you're a tough guy now? Wait till you hit the old man and you start crying for watching a movie. Wait, I told him never will I be soft at heart. He said, okay. He goes, and he was so right. You become soft at heart. And that's just it, man, Clay Dabler, we got a celebrity in the house. Our friend, Clay Dabler, great guy. Love the guy to death. I love the fact how truthful he is and how he never lets John get away with talking bad about me. He always makes sure John knows that he's a friend and he likes me a lot. And I love Clay Dabler. He's a good guy. He really is. I know people have given him a bad name because he associated himself to Stuttering John. But Clay Dabler, I'd like you to meet the new improved Stuttering John, Clearwater Chad. Say hello to Mr. Clay Dabler, who is John Melendez's second mic most of the time. And
So, Poe on the go asked Chad, when do you get your money from that lost uncle who was a Nigerian prince that passed?
I've got most
any
too.
day. I just have to keep sending in another $1,500, and it should come soon. But Clay, it's nice to meet you. As you know, I am Stuttering John. I am world famous. I am the one. I am the Duke. I am the man.
Thank you, John. How are you?
I know you're here.
Are you here, Commissioner?
Those Ravens.
Oh, here we go. I gotta leave. We're talking about the busted ass Ravens.
Yeah, we leave then, so you like football. That's okay.
Busted ass Ravens. It's time for me to exit my own show.
We gotta get the commissioner to speak a little bit.
Well, he gotta show himself first. This is a show we show each other. Something, a filter or something, but you gotta come on. Oh, I want to say hello to Mumbling Nick, who I've heard a lot of good things about him, and I vouched for him with Poe on the go. And Poe wanted to, if you wanted to bring something on with that, with your story with the priest in Boston, we would like to, when we do that show, we'd like to have you on, and that comes from John Poe. And so Mumbling Nick, we extend that offer to you. Mumbling Nick and the guy got something in the works we're going to be doing down the road as far as talk about addiction and try to help people there. I'm liking Mumbling Nick more and more that I hear about him, and a lot of people are vouching for him. So I vouch for him. Never talked to him really that much, but I vouch for the guy. He's a stand-up guy. So
he's always nice in my chats too.
Yes.
So,
so Poe was asking about the Nigeria loans. What was that?
how much money did the commissioner win yesterday? Or did he?
Oh, who knows? He's becoming a degenerate gambler, this commissioner guy.
I ain't lose nothing because I didn't gamble yesterday. I didn't have no money to gamble.
What? Oh, good for you.
Well, let's see here. Let's just put it this way. I was about to, but unfortunately, YouTube TV took their funds from me. So I couldn't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And Poe on the Go says absolutely want to hear Nick's story. So
Yes, thank you, John. Thank you. Guys, I think this is going to be something that's going to be very good. My whole objective here is to, if I could help, if I could take 100 people, and we do these shows, John and I and Chad and I, and combine the three of us, our knowledge, what we have, and it's only our knowledge could be construed as not that we're giving our honest opinion of the situation, so we make that clear. It's our opinion with the experiences that we had and a little bit of background of education we have to give the best take on that situation. So, not saying that we're always going to be right, but if I can help 10 people out of 100 people to not be a criminal, I'll even be happy with 3 people out of 100 to change their ways to go get an education and become a good citizen. I will declare that a victory from my standpoint. Same with drug addiction. If I can help 10 individuals get off drugs,
I'll give you the drug addiction part.
But I think we can help some people in this crime. We can maybe help some police departments that might have did something wrong with evidence or didn't do. John's a pretty smart guy in the law enforcement field, and I think he's a very thorough guy. Just by talking to him,
He should have been smart if he was a police
well,
officer.
I'm just saying he was a fair, honest police officer. By listening to him, I think that he was a guy that was very thorough before he made an arrest. He made sure he had the goods on somebody. He made sure he got his conviction. Now, John was a part. I don't know. I think it's okay to say this. John was a part of the first person to ever get go to prison for internet under the internet laws.
Wow.
And he explained to me, yes, he saw something. Yeah, he didn't go too detailed. He as an officer, he was the one that made that arrest for the first internet person to ever go to jail under the internet laws. I believe I'm saying that right.
Window liquor. I am taller than Joey. No matter what he does, I'll still be taller than Joey.
Who's that?
Window
Well, I'm
liquor.
only 5'8", so I mean anybody can be taller than me. But I'm taller than John. I'm taller than Spider. I'm taller than Moody.
But window
I can
liquor
tell you-
does say,
I can
Joey,
tell you
you
something
are
else.
too good to your co-host wearing a crown. Lou is upstaging you. Put him in.
No, he's not. I don't. That stuff don't bother me. Go ahead, Chad. You got something?
I can tell you something else about Mr. John Poe. We were having lunch in Florida with Matt Cox, and we seen an elderly woman fall, and I was still processing it, like thinking to myself, did that just happen? Like I would have helped her out of, in a few
Right.
seconds. But by the time my brain processed that, Poe was already helping the lady up and making
That's
sure
wonderful.
she's okay. So like he's always on duty.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a
John-
good thing to do. If you see someone fall and they're
Yeah.
struggling.
Yeah, but he did it like in real time. He did it like I said, it wasn't even like my brain was still processing like, did that just happen? Did that lady just fall?
Yeah. And it is right. The right thing. The instinct is like you said, Chad. It's okay. I understand the process. People freak out like, whoa. But then some people like John will just say, you know what? I gotta not worry about putting myself in harm. I gotta just go help this old lady because you could just go simply help somebody that fell and could be in the middle of the street, and you get yourself killed in the process of hit by a car by doing that. So you can't, as a law enforcement agency or a law enforcement person like John was, and he was high ranking, when you take that oath to be a law enforcement, you got to put aside the risk of you, because that's the whole job. You take that oath and say you're going to uphold the law and you're going to protect the people, and you can't worry about self infliction to yourself. If you do start worrying about that, maybe law enforcement's not for you. You know, it's like people say, if you got a very thin skin here in this dabble, maybe it's not for you. You know, so there was times that I thought maybe I do have too little thin skin. But then again, I said, but I like to toy, so I toyed with a lot of people. But for the most part, I think I got pretty good skin. Yeah, do I get angry at negative stuff? Yes, I do. If it's negative about stuff that you shouldn't be fucking saying in my chat room, okay? Quit away from the kids and my dead child and my daughter that's in prison. Forget about all that. When you start attacking that, I'm going to be fucking, you're gone. That's as simple as I don't have to take that shit from you. Especially when I don't know you and you're a coward and you hide behind a screen. Now, if you were a man and you came to me, I have a good argument to rebuttal with you, but you ain't going to get nowhere. You're going to fire me up, and I'm going to just curb my anger, and I'm just going to not deal with you. So that's plain and simple. So, like the little message I got yesterday, you are such a scumbag. This is what I got DM. You're such a scumbag. I tried to look up his. I deleted him and blocked him, but it said, "You're such a scumbag. You sick motherfucker. You molested your daughter all the way to death. She got away from you to die because you were molesting her. You fucking sick fuck. I wish I could find out who you were, because I tell you what, I'm telling you, there'll be no holding me back. This is one point. If I ever find out what it is and I ever got an opportunity to present him, I'm not going to hold back on you. I'm telling you right now. You're a sick individual. And my wife said, you know what? He's probably a pedophile, the guy that's saying that. That's his way of lashing out to let him know that he wants to be caught because he needs help. She's probably right. You sick son of a bitch. And the guy that's putting all the stuff on Twitter saying I sleep with my daughters. You're a fucking sicko, pal. That's sick.
Some weird individuals on Twitter.
It's fucking
I do
sick.
have a question for you. You're sitting here saying, yeah, you tell them, Joey, but yet on Friday's show Friday on JBX's channel, you were talking shit about Joey.
Of course
you were trolling Joey when he was on screen with you.
He trolls us every day.
Are you a two-face?
No, it's I think he's Dabble Story, because I think this is one way Dabble Story said he could finally beat me.
Are you gonna talk about the goal or this and that? Like, what a person decides to do is their business. If we want to stay on YouTube, we will. If we don't want to stay on YouTube, we won't.
Yeah, I did agree though. I came out yesterday,
too bad.
And I said that, listen, I don't want to be labeled as a steel toe. I don't want to make that an issue. But I had to break some balls back because I get my balls broken. I had to make a point. But you know what? And a lot of people, good people that are my friends, came up to me and said, listen, you do what you want. We're just telling you friendly advice. We really like you, and we think you're going to bury yourself in the long run. Maybe they're right, maybe they're not. Definitely two things I don't want to be labeled as. I don't want to be labeled as taking any playbook out of Stutter and John's playbook for real. I like the fact that Clearwater Chad is going to be the best Stutter and John in the world. When he nails it on the spot, John is going to. When John really gets wind of Clearwater Chad, do you know how John is going to go ballistic? He passes out. Well, there's a lot of people that want to be me.
So far today by Clay Dabbler, depraved losers in the Dabbleverse. So
they are. I mean, there are a lot of people that are sick in this Dabbleverse. Like John pointed out, boy, your trolls are really. Boy, did you catch that? I'm like, I catch it, But there was a couple people that were in there that were giving money, and that's how they do it. They think they're going to give their 99 to get into John. John, you're not going to fool John Pohl. So that person that was doing that last night, I made him fully aware of who you were, and so I would just, like I said, you come in my chat room this morning. Listen, it's over between us. I don't want you to be. I gave you an opportunity to just fade out and go away. You're forcing my hand to be the jerk off now. And I won't be a jerk off. It's what you deserve. But I even gave you a pass. And like one thing I'm going to agree with Turbs McGurk 100% on. And he made a lot of sense last year. Turbs said this. How could you befriend Patrick Melton? How he went at you about your daughter. The things he did. And Turbs, you hit me hard when you said that last year. I just couldn't let you know it got to me. But because I know the type of man you are and that you're really about truth and you really are educated, you were right. I should have never, ever went to Hackamania and shook that man's hand. I should have just slapped him in the face when I saw him because he did say some ungodly, nasty things. He made $6,000 off of a picture of my daughter and selling squares off the wall. He lied about their earn story. It was him that initiated the story. My wife was what made the mistake of responding to him, thinking that he was going to be a good guy there, because he's the one that made the offer. If you go back and find the episode, and I'm sure guys like Doom can find out that, because Doom has helped me prove that I'm not the liar Patrick was several times by sending me clips that he found. Well, there's a clip out there where Patrick, I want to make amends. His little pitch that he does, is there anything we could do? We made a lot of money off this. Maybe we like to help you do something. Maybe get the money into it, or maybe donate the money to an organization in your daughter's name. He said all this shit. He said, you want to get it. Maybe you want to get a nicer earn. Talk to us. Tell us what you want. So she wrote an email to Patrick saying, we're okay. We can take care of that. But if you really want to do something nice here and you're trying to make face here for what you did, I'll accept it. He twisted that whole fucking thing around and lied, which that's when we found out, wow, look what we're dealing with. We can't even talk normal to some of these people and just what they're asking, because they're going to take that email and spin it their own way. And it's still to this day is a fucking thing that because of Pat, every fucking demise I've had on this internet is because of that scumbag, that fat fucking scumbag. And what pisses me off about fucking Rocco and Tukey is he fucking worships that guy, the ground that guy walks on. That guy's a fucking loser. He's a fucking loser who begs worse than any. He's the worst beggar than fucking Steel Toe. If you come down and think of, go watch all Patrick's fucking, how he treated some of the people that donate big money, how he demands, the things he's done, the scams he's pulled, this fucking going on vacations and to get iPhone. The guy's a piece of shit. So before you start calling me a piece of shit, go look at that fucking fat fuck, what he does. How he's a scammer. He won't even go up on stage in his own fucking Hackamania because he's a fucking deadbeat motherfucker. And that little sawed-off Red fucking Moody who's purposely filling the Joey C fucking stuff with the shit about my wife. They're fucking losers. And he's right. Turb's right. I was a fucking jack-off for fucking even befriending that fucker. So there. I admit when I was wrong and Turbs was right. And there you go. Okay?
Sue him.
I'm thinking about it because he thinks that's why he's being cocky. He keeps playing more and more. I didn't sign shit. He never asked my permission to make you put me in on one thing. I don't give a fuck about all that free shit about I put myself in. This is different. He made a money app and give it to everybody with my fucking voice, with my picture. People get to send super tips and put things in, and they put it now. They're putting shit about my wife like I'm the one saying it. Fuck that. You can't get a lawyer. Yes, I can get a fucking lawyer. Trust me, I'll have a lawyer on hand if I need one. It'll be done. I could go to an organization for minor league baseball that provide me a lawyer because I'm a lifetime paid member. If I need someone to represent me, can get it like that by filling out a few paperwork, letting it get approved by the board, and I'll have a lawyer. So don't think I can't get a fucking lawyer, right? But I'll tell you what, I would just do it to fucking get that thing taken down. I would do it. Like I said, I don't care. He's a fucking ass. He keeps pressing the envelope. He's a coward. Him and Moody hides in New Zealand, and he keeps doing shit on me. And he keeps doing shit on me, thinking he's fine. He makes fun of fucking Spider, how he's taller than Spider, and he's got all the dirt on all of us. Bring it on. I encourage you to fucking bring it on, because there ain't no dirt that I got hidden on anything. I promise you that. Fuck Pacer about it. And Rochi, I know you're one of his fucking bobos. Go fucking tell him that. Hawk, go tell your fucking fat ass fucking lover that you fucking have, and tell him I'm ready. Bring it on, bitch. Okay? Bring it on.
Adler renewed his membership.
Thank you, Clay. Thank you. I'm getting tired of this.
Jay Warren.
Thank you, Jay Warren. I appreciate that very much. Again, due to my error, I cost the channel a lot of memberships that I'm really sick about, but I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Okay, and so Chad, what's your whole take though? I mean, I know you've been on the internet for a while. You've done other impressions, and you're involved in a lot of good organizations. You help a lot of people get funding for stuff. You do stuff that you do stuff where drives for people to help people. You're out there trying to help the good people, as is John. But what's your take? Truly take, and I know that you're having fun with the Stutter and John thing. I think if anybody, I think some of the things you do, the way he drives in the car, I think you just catch on. I think as you get to learn the deep deep things about Stutter John. You're going to be such a pro at this that it's going to rattle John. I think someday you're going to get that. You're going to get that fucking email or threats from him on his podcast about you. It's coming. I can promise you
I
that.
can't wait for it. I'm going to frame it just like.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to frame it.
But what's your real take on some? I mean, as a human being, and Turbs tried to point this out to me, like I said last year with Patrick Melton, because he said, let's put all this aside. Let's think as a father. If I was a father and a guy was doing that, come on, Joey, did you go the right direction? And I thought, and he was so right from that moment. I wanted to tell him he was right. He broke me down that day where I almost was in tears because he was right, but I couldn't let him get that because of the way that. And then I made the mistake of putting Turbs into the category with the trolls that were really doing bad things to me. And I think it came off that I thought he was part of it. So I want to clear that up. I might have seemed like that. Turbs never was part of anything that was very bad in the trolling part of coming after my wife or my family. I will say that he had no part of that. He did bust my balls. He tried to break me down. He did, try to report the facts. And the reason I'm saying this is because I'm really happy that I got to be on this level with Turbs McGirt, because I can learn. Hopefully, I like to learn from everybody, and I think I can learn a lot of things from Turbs as far as stuff, knowledge of this, and maybe give me a better direction how to research stuff or to get more facts. But he's just this article he did. I was so impressed, but he's right. I should have never ever considered. And here's why. When I asked my wife, she goes, God, my wife's big on letting God put it in God's hands and God will judge the people. We're not here to do that. And that's kind of where I lean towards that with my heart with that. And I was wrong because you can't forgive the devil. And he's the devil. He's got no God in him. He's 100% the devil, Patrick Melton. He's the scum of the earth. Mooney's the scum of the earth. They're idiots. And they think they're smart. Patrick really thinks he's educated and he knows the law. Go look at the Butch Bradley. He puts his stock in the Butch Bradley case. Okay, Patrick. You won a case. You won a couple cases because you're a fucking lying, degenerate piece of shit that you just got a gift in that area to fucking outshine somebody because you rattle people. Once you rattle someone into anger, mistakes are made. That's the problem with me. Once you rattle me to anger, I go half cocked off. Don't care about channels. Don't care about losing this. And that's what my mistake. That's always been my downfall. But I'm getting smarter. I'm getting smarter by the day. The day I stop learning something is the day time to go meet my creator. You understand? So I am willing to learn. I take advice from people. I learn from other people's mistakes. I learn what everybody says. I cherish everything. Not that I agree with everybody, but I do listen to everybody. I take everything into account. I listen and I'm everywhere. Someone made that statement. Joey sees everywhere. He does absorb his knowledge. I do. So just to make that clear. Go ahead, Spider. It's all yours. Oh, wait a minute. What does it say?
Negotiate a licensing fee with Patrick for yours and Christina's voices. Maybe get paid a little when your voices are used, rather than getting him to take them down.
Well,
that could be done after you sue his bitch ass.
Well, here's the thing, Ozona. He's already made a statement. Let him come after me. He's got nothing. I give him nothing. You can't sit down with him. You're right. That's the smart, logical thing to do. But if you bring it to him, he's going to tell you, get a lawyer. I know how he is because he thinks I'm dumb and I'm not going to do nothing. But by right, I did not sign up for any of that. So, and he's not going to take it down, which I really don't care. I should be paid. And people say, you're just greedy. I'm not being greedy. They're using me to make a lot of money. Is that fair to me? Anybody would think that. Is that fair? Ozona, I agree with that. Listen to me. You're right. I mean, I'm going to confide in Clearwater Shed because he's got a lot of education with that. And I'm going to talk with Poe, guys that I really respect that maybe could give me the knowledge to guide me in the right direction. Maybe we could. I would love to sit down and negotiate something with them. Put it in writing. I would love that.
Just became a YouTube member. Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you, Steve Bravo. Thank you. Boy, this is wonderful. Everybody's,
And Mumbling Nick, member for 2 months. Preach on, Joey. Family should be off limits.
I mean, it's got to the point like there's so much bad going on in this Dabbleverse. And you know what? Does John deserve everything he's getting? Yes. when the man won't even change his mother's phone number, but changes his 3 times in 1 year, and don't give a rat's ass, but complains about his mother all day, there's a problem there with me. Now, Clay Dabber, when he says he's a fan, he means that from the bottom of his heart. He loves John. He made that very clear to me last year how he's a big fan of John. But Clay's not going to take it. But Clay also told me, John gets out of line with me, and I will slap the shit out of John. Clay don't play. Clay puts him in check. And John, when you see him going over the edge with Clay, he backs off because he knows Clay ain't going to play with him. You know what I'm saying? Clay gives him his balance. Is Vince the Lawyer done any good for him? I don't know. Vince the Lawyer, I just saw, got 90,000 subscribers. They put a thing on Reddit yesterday. Vince the Lawyer has surpassed, and my name was in the group. TSN, Brennan, there was like 6 of us, and even Joey C. combined do not have 90,000 subscribers. Congratulations,
The lawyer
Vince.
paid for it.
Well, you don't know that. See, I can't make accusations like that.
Allegedly.
Why would a man go do that?
Allegedly, because I don't want Vince the Lawyer to try.
I just don't think Vince's dad would do that. I mean, it's almost as absurd as him accusing Shuley of doing that.
Really?
I mean, come on, man. This is ridiculous. Shuley's never brought it. Well, they've been caught. They have not been caught. Chris Abels came out and said that he did it, and that wasn't part of Shuley. He did it, well, unfortunately, when he ventured over. But that don't fall back on Shuley. Chris Abels, I love to death. He's a great guy. But he was a man, and he admitted. Shuley has not. Why would Brennan's theory? And then the potato went on there, and he made a good fat. Shuley's got. So Shuley can't have 1,500 people in his. But potato said, he got to the point he was getting 1,000 people in there. Carl gets legit. Come on, man. So if Carl and the potato get legit, and even Rocco gets 1,000 sometimes, you say Shuley can't be in the Stutter and John's name. When you talk about Stutter and John, brings you such a high of everything. The couple videos that I put him in the title went over 1,000 views on my channel just by having his name in there. You understand? So Stutter and John is a marketable guy to get your channel to the top if you talk about him day and night. I'm sorry, it's a fact.
I don't disagree with you
So
about it. We're talking about a man who did a fake lawsuit.
yeah, he does. Did I tell you guys that from day one? I remember. I remember a couple months ago saying, when it comes out the truth, remember Joey C told you here for that. Yes, he filed a real lawsuit. It was all never going to be going. They never going to. I knew that. Vince loves John to the point that he would legally, honestly, if John wanted to get a blowjob from his wife, he would allow it. That's how much of a fan he is with John, Vince the Lawyer. He loves John to death. So he would never hurt John. You understand? And if you watch and pay attention, Vince the Lawyer is a John dick sucker all the way. You understand? He's his true fan. You understand? Nothing wrong with that. But you guys didn't see that coming. I knew from day one when it was filed. When Vince came on our show and gave us the pick, I knew. And I didn't even have the balls to ask Vince because I knew he would lie. Yes, he filed it. He's a lawyer. He filed it. I knew it was going to wind up being a working. I mean, come on. I told everybody. I even told Shuley them that. This is. I don't think so. Yes, it's real. Everything was real. The paper trail is. But he was never going to fucking sue John. He never was. It was all work to help John because he's got a fucking hard on for TSN now. And he wanted John to come bounce back for it. Did he bounce back for it? Has he gained any ground on TSN? I don't know. I don't watch John that much. I like when Clay's on there. I'll go watch because I love Clay. Clay Dabber's a good guy. I like to watch him handle John. I really like that. But did Vince really damage TSN? I think the perfect timing was the incident that happened at TSN with the producer. I think Vince played that perfectly. But Shuley's too smart. And Shuley is an honest guy. He really is. So, and Shuley is a good guy. Even the potato said, I don't think Shuley ever bought views. And Shuley didn't know it. Shuley is a good guy. A real good guy. All the guys at TSN are good people, man. Trust me when I tell you. Even Joe. Joe pulled a gun on a 78-year-old man. Yeah, he was heated up. But that, from what I read, if you read the whole fucking thing, that man was very aggressive and a very angry and a very, very difficult man to deal with. You know, Joe did what he had to do. Does that make Joe really a bitch or a scumbag? No, let me tell you something. Frog is a good guy. I love Frog. He's a good guy. He's very talented at what he does. Don, the combination of everything at TSN, it's like Julie said the other day. If you want to get to the top, watch how we do things. It's a fact. If you follow their guideline, you're going to go to the top. You're going to be close to it. I promise you that. And people always want to trash on Shuley. And Brennan ain't shit but an old guy that fucking gets drunk, and he does a stream. He's wow. How many people knew Brennan to stay on at 4:00 in the morning? He must be needed money to do
You mean
that.
Neil's brother?
Yeah, Neil's brother. That's right, Neil's brother. He can't get the fact that why is Neil so popular? He's not. There was a podcast that said Neil Brennan. That's the only Brennan I know, and he can't accept that. You're a nobody. You fucking pig-faced loser. Good. So that's all I'm saying. This is the Dabbleverse is definitely a negative 100%. There's no positive construction here until you go to a real show and you watch the best show in the business. Uncle Rico's show, BS show, unbelievable, and their numbers are 100% legit. I would die saying that. I would take a bullet to say that in my heart, 100%, they are 100% legit TSN. So that's how confident I am. And I don't disrespect anybody's opinion. I understand that John does have a few loyal fans that really love him, and I commend Clay because he's a better man than I am, but he handles John just kind of like I did, but a little bit better. You don't give in to John. You just don't give in to him. You don't let him tell you what to do. He's telling me in the morning, you're going to say, I'm not saying that. I won't come on if you're going to force me to fucking lie. I'm not doing it. If I'm going to call you out, I'm going to call you out, John. I'm sorry. So then you better choose how you do your words. And if I think that it's a bitch move, I'm going to tell you. And I did. I turned down his link for 2 straight fucking weeks. I didn't want to have nothing to do with him because he's unbearable sometimes when he calls you and drives you fucking nuts. Okay. He's so needy. And I used to tell him, John, what about your mother? What did you he don't want to listen to that shit. He don't bitch about it then. And Vince, I can't help that he loves John. That's good. It's good that he got Vince in his pocket, But don't ever think that Vince would ever really go against him. I promise you that. I said that months ago when it first happened. I said, you're going to mark my words. I don't know who remembers the stream I did and said that it was all work. I was the only one that from the day one said it was a work. And everybody, you're crazy. It's filed law. All right, no problem. Whatever you say. Common sense, just watch the players. The game is the same. The players just change. Let me tell you, I've been saying that for years. The game and the cons are always there. The same format. It's just the players change. That's all it is. Okay? Learn that.
So, Commish, when are you getting a haircut?
Wednesday.
Before your movie.
Yep.
Are you excited for your new show coming soon?
Yep.
We've done that, Joey.
I know. I'm just going to my little tribute. So just keep talking. I'm not talking.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, Commish, we got the time now. We got Joey to stay quiet. Let's talk some fucking sports.
Yeah, let's do it. What happened to them Jets?
Yeah. Jesus Christ. No, I don't know. 3 field goals? Lose to the fucking Denver Broncos? Jesus Christ.
Come on, it rains Aaron Rodgers thing. He should play better than that.
Okay, I need to ask you, maybe you could answer this for me. Why are they playing 2 Monday Night Football games now?
I don't know. I think this is the last one.
Like, this is the stupidest shit the NFL's doing. You got the Dolphins playing tonight and some other team playing an hour and a half later. Like, why?
Don't ask me.
And then the excitement in baseball is you got the Mets having to play win and you're in series in Atlanta tonight. All they got to do is win 1 game to get in.
All I got to say is the Orioles are already in it. They already
Yeah,
clinched.
the Orioles are in it.
Yep.
So once Joey gets the playoff bracket set, he'll give his take on who's going to do what.
Yeah, in baseball, I'm liking. I would like to see San Diego and Milwaukee play in the World Series. I think it's very feasible to happen.
Not possible.
It is possible.
No, it isn't. They're both in the National League.
Oh, that's right. Milwaukee's National League. That's right. That's correct. I forgot. I'm thinking that's right. I like them to go in the NLCS is what I meant to say.
Okay.
I think they'll be the NLC. I think
World Series.
I know San Diego's got a pretty good team. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. I'm just a little. I jumped in here without thinking first. I do that a lot. But for NLCS championship, I like to see Milwaukee and the Padres. Now, I think they're both going to be hungry. They both have not a lot of experience in the playoffs and the World Series. I was talking about Seattle last night. The Seattle Mariners started as a franchise in 1977. Do you realize they've never advanced to the World Series ever in history? And someone said, Joey, will you still be around before the Seattle Mariners make it to the World Series? I don't know. That they 40 years they've been in existence have not went to the World Series, and they produced a lot of great ball players. Seattle Mariners, a lot of great ball players. You
Here's the
understand?
thing. It is literally whose pitching staff gets hot in the playoffs can make a deep run.
Right. I'm gonna just address this, Clay. I understand, and I would never say anything to you about your opinion or what you feel. That's your prerogative. Me, and you know me. You've always been straight. We always been straight with you, brother. You got to go what you feel with. I like the fact that I will always take up for you. No one will. I don't care who it is. You've never done nothing wrong to me, and I'll always say that you're a good guy. Just like I appreciate when you do that with John. When John tries to say I'm not, but John knows deep down I was a good guy and I was good for him. But it's over with. That part's over with. But back to the Seattle thing. Go ahead. What were you saying now, Lou?
It's, like I said, in the playoffs, it comes down to what pitching staff is going to get hot.
Right. Exactly. Here's the thing about playoffs. The Cardinals have played a lot of World Series. They've been in the playoffs. They played playoff baseball. Yankees are a team that's been in a lot of World Series. I believe 30 times in the World Series, I believe, in their history. The Cardinals is a team that is an old school team that made a lot of playoffs. Let me tell you something. I've watched the Cardinals who didn't have they made it to the playoffs, and people said they're done. They're not. But here's the thing. You're right. It changes for the people that the organizations that got the experience behind them, and then their pitching staff really gear up to that. It doesn't matter what they did this season. I've seen shit happen in baseball that it always winds up being to the people that are the winners and have the most experience. On most occasions, Milwaukee and Seattle are going to be very hungry. Of course, people are going to pick the Yankees. They're going to pick this because of experience and the money. But let me tell you something. It's a whole new ball game. It's like starting a whole new thing when the playoffs start. You could scratch the season because there's guys that got. Go ahead.
The same thing in football. The same thing in basketball.
Exactly. I don't have to watch baseball anymore to know. I know how the game runs. You take a round ball, a round bat. You hit the ball square. You catch. You got 9 people on the field. You got defense. You got pitching. Pitching will always beat defense, no matter what. If 2 pitchers get hot on any of those teams during the playoff, it's all over for anybody else. That plain and simple.
Here's how it works, folks. It's how you set your pitching lineup that's going to carry you into playoffs.
Right. And Clay,
now, with the wild card round that was just introduced a few years back, it's the best of 3 in the first wild card game. So
yes, it starts
you're
tomorrow.
obviously going to throw out your first 2 best pitchers because first team to win 2 games advances to the next round.
That's right. And
then that's where you got to construct your pitching matchups to carry you.
Right. And they're always going to go, like, let's say they take the first 2 games and they go and they lose 1. Now they're 3-1 up on somebody. They're going to come back with their number 1 starter for that fucking 5th game, no matter how many days rest he had. That's who they're pitching. That's who they're going to put their faith in. That could be a plus. That could be a minus. Does he have enough rest? Is he experienced? Does he have the confidence? Does he have the makeup to do it? How's his brain working today? Is he a guy that's focused? A lot can go good, a lot can go bad. But 3 days rest for any pitcher is not good. I'll tell you that right now. They know that first and foremost. They got to pick all the other tools in him and say, is he strong enough to do this on 3 days rest? And they're going to go with their number 1 starter every time. Not many teams have come back after losing 3 games in the playoffs of the World Series have come back to win. Some teams have. Some teams have come back and swept the next 4 after being down 3-0. Not very common, but it could happen. I'm just talking about how the team is. Let me tell you something. One thing I can tell you about player development, one of the things that's big, and Commissioner can back me up, the clubhouse being a good clubhouse and a good surrounding and a good place mentally for them plays a big part in a lot of things for them. If they got tension in the locker room, if they don't have what they're supposed to get, if they have tension with the clubhouse staff, players, or they got to fight with their wife in the morning, or they're going through a divorce, or something happened to one of their children, or their mother's sick in the hospital, it affects how they play the game if they bring it into mentally. That's why they have performance enhancement coaches for the brain, the psychological people now that are in uniform working with these players. Okay, Dontrell Willis had his head was so fucked up. They brought Don Coxting in. They brought in the doc in to evaluate him to mess up his brain what was going through when he came over from when he was a great pitcher with the Marlins to why he struggled in Detroit. Here's what happened. The guy was poor from the hood, got all this money, went crazy, and he had a lot of things that he let cloud his team, and he was all messed up. They tried. They never could cure him. He never went on to be anything, except now he's broke. I think he already filed bankruptcy with all that money he had. And he's back in the hood where he started, because some guys shy when they start getting too successful. They can't handle success. He went crazy with his money. He was a great pitcher, but he failed at the end. So there's a lot of twist to it. But like football games, they say, well, you look at the quarterback. Football and college football is where they shave a lot of points, a lot of corruption in those, where the mob had a lot of players under the gun because they're making them shave points because they were gamblers. That's a big thing. Let me tell you, Michael Francesi, when he got out of prison, they went to him in prison and said, we need you to work for us. The FBI went to him. He said, what? You want to try to trick me? I'm not working for you guys. They go, Michael, no, you don't understand. Not work with us. We're not asking you. We're asking you to go around to all the pro sports teams and talk to them in spring training to make the players aware of how the mob gets their hooks into a guy that's a gambler who's a sports athlete, what the options are. And he did that for a long time. That's how I met Michael, when he came every year to spring training, and that's how I became really good friends. I never missed him preaching to the players and making them aware, because there's a lot of players that I will never name that are degenerate gamblers. I know a guy that gambles $10,000 on a golf hole. That's how degenerate he is. Every hole he shoots in the hole of the golf course, $10,000 a shot.
I know.
He plays some big money, so you know.
But Vito, baseball players get paid too much. They literally just play.
They do. They do. They do.
Don't. They play 162 games, not counting playoffs.
That's true. But
so they get paid. I think they're well compensated.
Right. You want to know why that happened? Do you want to know why? For years, the owners cheated them and stole so much money off the TV rights that when they found out what the owners were really making and how much money they were getting off by them playing, let me tell you, the strongest union in the history of the United States is the baseball union, Donald Field. The strongest. Jimmy Hoffa wasn't even as strong as he was. You understand? And he built a union of strength, and he got them players what they deserved. They have so much money coming in from TV rights now, just like the World Series and the playoff. The players divvy that money. There's so much money in the pool. They decide who gets a share of the World Series money. If they want to give a full share to the clubhouse manager, if they want to give a full share to like fourth athletes to buy, if they want to give it to their trainer, they don't have to give it to anybody. They vote. They all vote as a team. Who's going to get a share when they win the World Series? They do it before. If you lose, who's going to get a share? Because it's always lower, the shares. But now it's so much money. And they always get the check around December 20th, December 21st. It comes right before Christmas. So guys that worked hard in the clubhouse, that were good to the players and did their job right, they get an opportunity to get a full share. That's a nice payday for them. You understand? So the players control all that. So.
Yeah, so, unfortunately, football, well, their contracts aren't guaranteed. Your signing bonus is what pays you. They can't take the signing bonus back unless you did some heinous shit.
Right.
But they can cut you the next year because you just didn't perform. And then you got to go through it all over again. Basketball, guaranteed contract. They get paid. Basketball salaries are getting ridiculous. They are going to have to do a hard reset soon.
Well, let me ask you a question. What do you think Major League minimum is today? I can tell you what it was in 1980, 32.5. 32.5 was baseball minimum. What do you think it is today?
Baseball minimum now is just under $1 million.
It's a little bit under $1 million, 740,000. In 44 years, they went from 32.5 to 740,000. That's a home run, like a bench guy, like he said. Vito Van Deal said, "Yeah, bench guys make more than Olympians." It's off the chain to be not an everyday player to just make 740. And make that if you got 10 years on the bench, you got what do you got? 7 million just for 10-year playing. If you got 10 years in and with the same team, you got a full pension. 10 years you can collect your pension at 45 and get 10 to 15,000 a month pension. They can collect at 45. That's the other thing. What other person gets a pension at 45? Nobody. You have to be 65 to get a full pension. Players get it if they got 10 plus years in. 40, they get it at 45. They can start collecting their pension. You tell me that ain't a good union.
So by the looks of this, Joey, the minimum baseball player is getting a $20,000 increase each year.
Exactly. I mean, what's
So
and here's the
next
thing.
year it'll be 760, and then in 26 it'll be 780,000.
Right. Do you know how it breaks down though? Some players choose to take that every year for the whole year, but most players don't start getting paid till the first day of the season. Now, some players get deferred, like the big contracts. A lot of guys have deferred millions of dollars for when they retire to get checks all the way into their retirement. They a lot of guys will do that. They'll go, I'll give you this big contract. We need you to defer $100 million of your contract. A lot of players will agree to that.
Yeah.
Right, because they get a lot of interest on the back end. But there's a lot of guys that do these deals like, well, I want to be paid only in 6 months is baseball. Playoffs is different. A lot of players, but every players don't start their paycheck direct. They don't get a paycheck in spring training. They get all the per diems in spring training. But their actual first paycheck starts when the season starts. So some guys take it for 6 months. Some of the not so big contracts, they only get paid off. Some guys, it's their choice. But like Alex Rodriguez, I think he was getting, I literally can tell you, because everything is digital, everything, and I was called out on this. You don't know. Let me tell you something. What do you think, Juan? What are one of the things we do in the clubhouse when the players come off the road? What are one of the things we do? What do we have to do when they come in with the truck on nights that we're getting ready for the game for the next day? What is our responsibility? What do we have to do when we unload the truck? What do we do from there?
Get the stuff out and hurry up and wash the stuff.
And then what else we do? Each individual bag is what? As far as their player bag, for their uniform stuff. Do we just leave it there for them to come back the next day?
No.
What do? We have to unpack everything, clean their spikes, make sure that nothing's dirty in there, put everything in their locker, so we see all their personal stuff they throw in there, right? There's sometimes mail, sometimes pay stubs are in there, correct? Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that could be in there. So yeah, Alex Rodriguez used to throw his pay stubs in his fucking baseball playing bag, and when I unpacked his ass, you saw what he made every fucking 2 weeks. $1.2 million he cleared after his fucking taxes. Paid 43% taxes. So you tell me, don't tell me I didn't have privilege. I did have that privilege because the players, the one person they got to trust 100% is the clubhouse staff. If they have to trust you that you will not let things out of the clubhouse and that they can trust you 100% because you got to balance your job. You got to make the front office happy just enough. You got to tell them just enough BS to make it believable so they don't come down and fuck with the players. But you got to stay 100% loyal to the players because they're the ones that, bottom line, that pay you your fucking money at the end of the day. So your loyalty's got to be as the clubhouse manager to the players. And that means even secret shit that you can't take, you got to take to the grave. Like I said, I can tell you for a fact, there's a group of players that have a contract with their fucking wives. They can cheat on the road. There's a contract in place. They get $1 million in their account each summer to do what they want with it. Yeah, there's a group of players that have that deal because they're such dogs that they get their wives to agree to let them cheat on the road and sleep wherever they want under the conditions that don't show me up in the news, don't get the girl pregnant. When you come home in the offseason, you're home with your family. So, yeah, there are guys that had that deal. I won't tell the names. I know quite a few of them. So it's a fact. And if you think I'm full of shit, then think I'm full of shit. You want to call me out on my job? You can't. I know too much information, and I know what I speak is 100% truth, okay? And you can call me a jock washer. Yeah, I started out as a jock strap washer and putting on uniform and picking up bats. Yes, I did. And was happy to do that major league uniforms and those jock straps and those fucking underwear and those fucking stripes. I was happy as a teenager to be in the limelight with fucking major league players. And I came from an era where I was around Hall of fucking Famers. So call me whatever you want, laundry boy. I don't give a fuck. I left that job and I went to the minor leagues for 25 years and I had a blast. I did something. I smiled every day going to work because I loved it to sit in the dugout during the game and shoot the shit and the jokes that were played and how they like to rile me up and fucking get me riled up every day. They spun me. I'm telling you, they used to work me so good till I got to an anger point so I go off on players. They would sit there and roll on the floor. I used to like them winding me up, but they never disrespected me. At the end of the day, they are still staff. It's still part of player development. And they knew not to cross certain lines. So it's just a fact, man. And people wonder why.
Everyone starts somewhere, Joey. People.
That's right.
Work ethic.
That's right.
Understand that.
Yeah. If you talk to a player, even if that's the real legend, he'll tell you how important a clubhouse guy behind the scene is to a player. To not have to tell you what they need. You got to learn each individual. Spring training is your test. If you can make it 7 days a week, 15 hours a day in spring training without fucking dropping out. I took my whole staff from Oklahoma and my boss within 1 week said, this guy ain't gonna cut it, man. You got to get rid of this guy. I'm telling him to go home. They just can't do it. If you pass spring training, you're going to probably survive in the minor leagues. If you don't make it through spring training with 250 people in that locker room and all the stuff you do, everything is done through clubhouse. When the fucking front office comes down to spring training, they go to the clubhouse manager. Listen, tomorrow we're going to release these 12 players. So if you could get their stuff packed and have it to the door, when they come through the door, we're not going to let them go in the clubhouse so they get embarrassed. We're going to call them right upstairs. I need you guys out here to not let nobody get past the clubhouse doors, because they give us the list, and they'll be like, and they'll let the player. I'll go to, let's say, John Lombardo. John, this guy. Oh, thanks, Joe. Hey, you got to go upstairs to see the general manager. Got to go upstairs to see the general manager. What? And they know it's cut day. You can see they go from talking in with a smile to like their head down, and then not in the lobby, but in the room out in the lobby, you got their bags ready to hand them. They're not allowed back in the clubhouse. They're released. Goodbye. They're not allowed to go say goodbye. They can do that. They need to wait till the players come out. They're done. And you got to keep that, because you don't know what their frame of mind is, how ballistic they're going to go, or they're going to take a bat and bust up the fucking locker room because they're pissed. They feel there's a lot of mental thing to it. And let me tell you, we were very much involved in that shit. I was involved in every fucking transaction in AAA. I'm the one that called the players at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning when they got called up to the big leagues. The manager, most managers do it. Bobby Jones didn't want to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. He knew I was a night owl when I was up. So they would call me. I would get a call from my player development boss and say, listen, Buck Showalter wants this guy called up. He's got to be at the airport in 2 hours. And Ron, what do we got to do? We got to rush to go get him, tell him he's got called up, go take him to the airport, make sure his fucking shit's all with him. We got to rush. We got to stat right there. We got to get that player to the big leagues. You understand? Or if you got to get him up and get his ass driving to fucking Arlington because they're home. It's a lot of shit we do. Sometimes my job went 24 hours because of all the shit. Going and pack a team on the road, and with the way that after 2001, with the way with what happened in the United States, I had to take every fucking piece of luggage in the truck, go to the airport to the back, had a guy come out from American Airlines, scan and go through every bag to make sure there was no bombs, to make sure that there was nothing shit like that, anything illegal. They had a pass inspection. I got to sit there and wait for that shit. I would get done after a night game, travel night, get to the airport, get done, get back to the clubhouse. Now clean the clubhouse and get it ready, because they're going to be gone for 8 days. And I want no one coming down from the fucking front office to look at our clubhouse and it's shitty and smelly and the garbage is not taken out. You got to make sure everything's ready for that game when they come back. So now we're working all morning, and the next thing you know, it's 1 o'clock. And you just put in the 24 fucking hours or more. It was very common. So behind the scenes guys are very. I don't care if they wash fucking socks. Even the bat boy that did the shoes every day was an important part of the wheel turning the proper way. I learned at a very young age how to run a clubhouse. The right way to do it and not the right way to do it. Some guys could be minor league clubhouse guys, and always will be. Some guys have the quality to go to the big leagues, but you don't get those jobs advertised. A guy that becomes a clubhouse manager in baseball stays there until he's broke down and can barely talk. He retires dying in his chair. He won't give up the money. Our assistant that waits 30 years don't guarantee he's going to get the job either. Because you got some owner that says, I want my nephew in there. He's dumb as a box of rocks. This is a perfect place. My sister's driving me nuts because I'm a multi-millionaire and I own me a sports team. I got to help my nephew and put him in the clubhouse. You know how many guys have bumped for that? A guy that had no knowledge? And who does all the work? He's just sitting there. He's a showpiece for the owner. He gets all the money for the players, and he don't know about, you got to take care of your staff. You got to piece out these guys. Nobody's assistant does all the fucking work, everything. Now he's got double load. And he's got to sit there now for another 25 years, if he's alive, to hope maybe he'll get a shot again. Or maybe the guy just won't cut it. The players are complaining enough. Players are going to complain to an owner about their nephew. I promise you that. Okay, today's different. Today the players control everything. Money talks. So they tell you, I want him out, it's gone. Clubhouse guys used to be protected, not no more. That's one of the reasons why I retired, because I couldn't do what us old school guys could do anymore. It was obsolete. They told us, they sat me down, can you make the change to the new baseball? I stood up right there and I said, the new change, the new baseball, is it the same game, the round ball, round bat, and 9 players going to field? It's all the same. That's not what we're saying. Can you make the change to? And I said, you know what? Be honest with you, I don't think I can. Because I'm not letting the player run me around and dictate any fucking thing to me. It's not happening. They're not going to be fucking treating me like a dog. So I want to retire. I'm going to step down. I got health issues, and I paid in 30-something years. I'm going to go ahead and I got to get some surgeries. I'm not well. My mind's getting fucked up with things that happen. And, I don't want to tell them and say, well, I've been a drug addict for 30 years, so that's what my mind's deteriorate. Right? I got a lot of problems. So it's a perfect time for me to walk out of the game. And I went and I took out what I paid in for. You understand? And I'm blessed that I paid in 30-something years of Social Security and paid into the disability fund so I can collect this. So don't ever think anybody for the fucking taxes are paying me. I paid in for 30-something years to get what I get. So I'm getting tired of all this bullshit. There's no fun and joke out of fucking making fun of someone's daughter that's dead or someone that's in prison or someone that fucking is on disability. There's no joke in there. I don't see no fucking humor in it. I just don't.
No, it's not funny.
I agree.
But in some sad news, Spider, Dikembe Mutombo passed away today.
Who?
Dikembe Mutombo.
Who the hell is that?
He's a basketball player back in the
No.
day. He
Couldn't
was-
tell you who it is. I don't follow anything but baseball. What did they?
Spider should know. He follows all sports. Passed away at the age of 58 from brain cancer.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. I don't follow basketball like that.
Oh, God damn it, Spider. Stop fucking with football so much.
He's a big
only
football,
follow
a big wrestler.
I follow football and baseball. And
That's right.
wrestling. That's about it.
That's right.
It's like I said, game one starts tomorrow of the playoffs. So you got the Tigers in Houston, Orioles and Royals. And they got the
I bet.
Brewers, and they
Well,
got
I bet we could go
Seattle.
meet what's his name, Hulk Hogan for you. We could find Hogan when you're here next week, and we go find him so you could go swing on his balls, all right?
Fuck
You're
Hulk
funny.
Hogan, that racist piece.
He's
of
probably
shit.
at his bar, like always.
Yeah, I remember when his son Nick was racing across the causeway, and they killed the guy. You know that, and he went to jail. You know, and big deal about Nick, his son. He was quick to. He couldn't even get his son out. His son sat 6 months in Pinellas County Jail. He killed his friend that was a military vet, that was a warrior or a hero with the military in the United States, and a lot of things that happened. He was a kid that got drunk, and they were drag racing. Big problem on the causeway in Florida going into Clearwater from Tampa. A lot of drag race, a lot of bike racing on there. Some of the bikes go 200 miles an hour across that bridge, man. You know,
Hey,
so
Joey, you'll get a kick out of this. The White Sox surpassed the Mets in the most MLB losses this year.
yeah, I heard. Very big shame to Chicago. White Sox really sucked. They really stunk it up.
Oh, Verizon's experiencing widespread outage across the U.S.
Yeah.
So if you're a Verizon user and you're not getting your phone calls or whatever, that's your reason.
But
Widespread outage.
I'm done talking. So I have nothing else to say. I want to first and foremost, I want to thank John Poe and Clearwater Chad for bringing me in for this project. I thank you again from the bottom of my heart. I thank everybody that came in there. Again, I get it. I do listen. I do take advice. I do hear everybody what they say. I don't not shut anybody down unless you are a hawk or a roach. I don't take advice from you guys. I just can't. Anybody else? I think I summed up by that Turb McGurk is really not a bad guy, and he made a lot of points that I should have touched on, and I'm grateful that I really wanting to do this for a couple months now, but I wasn't on good terms with Turb yet. I didn't even know he existed anymore because I didn't see him. But when I went into the Discord and saw him, I thought it was perfect timing to make amends with him, and he's now a member here. He watches us, and be better sure if I do anything that he feels is not right, he'll call me out, and I expect him to. But I try to be as honest as I can and try to be right and try to be a good guy to help people. I'm not going to be no steel toe. I promise you that. I don't want to get image. I don't want to be stuttering John. I respect what they do. You got to give him some props. 10 years he's been begging. He gets his goal done every day. It works for him. It was stupid for me to go that route. As far as Spider or Commissioner, whatever the fuck name he's got this fucking week, with that fucking moppy head of his, I love the kid to death. Whatever him and my wife got going for their future project, I could just say this: Lou and I do know the new name. It's not our place to do it. She still has to work out some details with JBX, who is a friend of ours and who we love to death. So there's no hard feelings there. I don't know what I don't know what they got. It's not me. She's a grown woman. She could handle herself and make a. He's a smart kid. I call him a kid. He's a grown man, but he's a kid to me because he's the same age as my son. But they're smart enough to do what they want to do. People have said that the only consistent show that they like is the Alpha Shot Lounge. Well, I agree. It's always been. But if you're going based on because it's the same name, it doesn't matter. Consistency means that they pretty much always did it on the same time. They're pretty good about that. But I think Lou and I have done consistent shows in the morning. We missed a couple because of me. Lou went on by himself when I couldn't come on last week. What I said, but that's okay. It's gonna. I got problems. I don't try to put, but there was times that I was changing some of the walk and talks at the end when it started getting kind of stressful for me. That I changed that people got mad at me, So, huh? Oh, walk and talks tonight. Wait a minute, tonight's the 30th, right?
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's right. The walk and talk will be back tonight, people. I started tonight. Did I put a time on there? I don't remember if I put a time. I don't remember. I think I was going at, was it 7:30 or 7:40, 7:45? We're gonna try. I do my wife. Thank God. I gotta get rested in a couple more hours. I'm gonna be walking tonight, at least 3 miles tonight, right off the rip. And Cupcake has made that trip with me. It's a pretty good. It's all 3 miles or more. That little route I do. But I'm gonna start doing it differently too. I'm going to start doing it where I'm going to go to different areas and do some little historical things and where I bring in the IRL with the walk and talk. So things are going to be good. This is going to be a second season of me doing it. It was successful. So look for that tonight. Look for us on 8 o'clock on Sundays on Poe on the Go with Clearwater Chad, John Poe, and myself to bring you what we hope will be a lot of information, and hopefully we can make some light out of some things and maybe help some things. That John, as being a retired police officer, maybe he could find something in these cold cases that he'll be able to reach out to those police departments and say, listen, I'm a retired cop for 25 years. I think you might have missed this, and I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm retired, but I think I was a pretty good investigator. And maybe look at this. Maybe John will see something that can help them. Maybe Chad will see something on something. Maybe I will. Maybe we might help somebody. We don't know yet. But I tell you what, it's going to be an explosive show. I promise you that. Again, I will say this. The only thing I'm going to talk about money is I goofed up and gave away, lost 500 memberships. Some people got reimbursed. Some people had to push for reimbursement. In a nutshell, if you feel that it was an honest mistake and that you've got any feelings toward the channel, you want to redonate those things, I accept it. And sorry again, it'll never happen again. I'll be very clear. If you don't, I respect that as well. We're building again. We're trying to build it back up. Like I said, realistically, if I had 200 or 300 members, I'd be ecstatic. I would be. I'd be grateful. And to keep those people there, that means I got 200 or 300 people that are enjoying the show that want to renew. Some people did today. Thank you very much. I'm done talking. I hope today was a good show for everybody. If you guys got to stay on, Chad, thank you again. You're more than welcome to stay all the way to the end. If these guys are going to wrap up, Spider might have something to say. Lou might have some more to say. The king here, the crown. Let's put him in the crown seat. Let's bring Spider up there. Let's put me down there. And let's keep Chad right there. Or we'll flip. Right now, Chad is right there. And God bless you guys. And I'm here, but I'm going off camera. Take care.
Yep, I do have to go too, guys. I'm at work.
All right, buddy. You have a wonderful day at work.
All right, thanks. You too. Thanks for having me.
See you tomorrow.
Yep. Okay, sounds good. Bye.
Yes, sir. I do know how to swim, and we're gonna wrap it up. Spider,
That
last
is
words.
right. Everybody, I will be making landfall Thursday evening. So hopefully our show will return. We're trying to see. It should
Supposed to
return
be
Thursday. Thursday, we're returning back. Me and Mrs. C, we're returning Thursday, guys.
The difference will be Spider will be in studio.
That is right. Be in studio.
You're here for like the next month almost.
Yeah. And I can't wait when I come back home. I'm going to the concert.
What
Motown.
concert?
Motown.
Oh, look at that. Spider's gonna go to an old school show and have some fun.
The Temptations are coming here.
Oh, look at that. But we're out, folks. Thank you for tuning in.
That's
we'll be
right.
back tomorrow. We'll try to figure out Joey's technical problems, hopefully today. But until then, enjoy.